Going live. Let's see. I think everybody can see us. Yep, they can see us. All
I
right.
can see everybody.
Welcome everybody to Season 4, Episode 0 of the Arc here on Heathen Cantina. We're going to do something a little bit different this season. We're going to be playing Pathfinder 2e, and we're going to be starting out with an adventure path, Outlaws of Alkenstar. But I do not guarantee that we're going to stay on that adventure path because I know my players, and sometimes we go sideways. And there's nothing wrong with that. So, first thing we're going to do is everybody has a basic concept, so we'll go around and let everybody give what their basic concept is, and we'll start on the left-hand side with Key. What do you got going on, Key?
Oh, that's me, right?
Yeah.
So I like the idea of, I like the whole outlaw setting, you know, being outlaws in the city, and I like I like the setting in the city, like with the gaslight kind of gear setup kind of thing. So I went with like a gangster kind of character, or you know, who's already a criminal, but now like he's a wanted criminal, I guess. So yeah, I'm going with that. He's going to be
Perfect.
a social kind of character,
Right.
an ambitious gangster.
And then below Key, we have the Thunder.
Oh yeah, the Thunder.
Don't forget
Yeah, I think
don't forget the
right, the Thunder. It's very important because you know nobody remembers Thunder, but the Thunder, that's unforgettable. So this particular dwarf is demolitions expert and likes to ideally make really large explosions far away. So I'm looking forward to seeing how this goes. I think he might enjoy his work a little bit too much, but we'll see how things flesh out as we go forward.
And then next we have Boar, who has not played Pathfinder before, so has a very generalized idea of what you want to play. And we're actually, as we make your character, I'm gonna play along here and kind of show everybody at home how we make a Pathfinder 2 character in Fantasy Grounds. So, what is your basic concept, Boar?
I realized I've been playing a bunch of like brainies. Right? I've been playing a bunch of thinky boys and brainies and, you know, hey, I want to do this or that. And so I'm just playing meat, you know? So Boar's just like, I picture just like hair and then like knuckles coming out at the end of it. And so he's going to be a dwarven fighter. One of the backgrounds for the Alkenstar modules got this like you're basically like he works at a forge, right? He works at a forge and he makes stuff, so he probably can make, you know, blacksmith feat, right? So to me he's just like, he's classic dwarven fighter blacksmith. He's just in this and he's got a temper. I want to just I want to be in fights. I want to be starting fights. If I see fights, I'm going to be in those fights. Yeah,
All right.
I choose
Perfect.
violence.
Violence will definitely help on a few occurrences within this adventure path. All right, and then below Bor, last but not least, we have Gemet.
The basic concept is dwarf cleric, and that's something that has been overdone, and I have probably overdone it in my time with the dice. But this time I'm going a slightly different angle. Instead of going for a dwarven cleric of, say, Torag, who's like, the maker who made all dwarves, I'm a little bit of a odd dwarf in that I gravitated towards the goddess of clockworks, the Whisper in Bronze, Bry. And my concept is, we're outlaws. There's frame ups. People have been, you know, tricked, and I've kind of undergone a shift. So, like my cousin, I think Boris and I are related.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I have rediscovered my anger and profanity, and the goddess is neutral. I was thinking about this today. Like, do I want to go lawful neutral? Because in Galarian Pathfinder setting, you can be one step away from the alignment of your deity. I like that. Even though alignment's going away in the revised rules, but we won't talk about that now.
Yeah, we'll figure that out when it happens.
Yeah, we'll figure that out. But I'm thinking maybe this banishment from the church and this being framed for a crime he did not commit may have finally pushed him to chaotic neutral. He's got a few insecurities in that my crafting skill is not that high because he's smart. He's got a 12, but he's not super smart. So he's not the master crafter. He's more the muscle. He's war priest of Bry. And I was more in charge of making sure that these servos that we make that power a lot of the stuff in the city, something like that, some widget that I was sort of the muscle that went along and inspected them. I could make stuff, but I'm not he's a little insecure because everybody else in the church is like a better crafter than he is. So having been kicked out for business he wasn't about, now he's learning to see if his armor of anger fits. If it doesn't, I'll bang it into shape.
The armor of
All right.
anger.
Right, and if it doesn't, I'll bang it into shape.
Yep.
All right, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to make our characters. I know that Bor hasn't done one before, so open up the character tool and hit plus to start getting a character, and we're going to switch over to a different sometimes, folks, you should be able to hear us now. We do our best when we create new layouts and new backgrounds, and we just totally screw shit up, so we appreciate your help. All right.
So
I
sorry
cannot
about
do
that.
it.
Yep. All right. So back to where we were. I wonder how long we were quiet. Probably through that entire explanation on how to make a character, but
Wow.
here we are. All right. So yes, pick one of those ancestry feats, which follows your dwarven lineage. You can see the benefits or things that it gives you access to. Some of the things require you to have, some of them might have a prerequisite.
I think I may take the dwarven weapon familiarity. So then that makes I'm trained at a battle axe, pick, and warhammer. Gain access to all uncommon dwarf weapons.
You may get some of those proficiencies just from your fighter class, but
Oh, well, how would one know such
So
a
if you
thing?
go to your character sheet, which should still be open somewhere in the background,
Uh-huh.
believe, if I am remembering correctly, under the combat tab, which is the second one down from the top, there's main and then combat. In the bottom right hand side, it has all of the weapons that you are proficient with. It looks like as a fighter you get simple, martial, advanced, unarmed. Do you see those little letters next to it?
Uh-huh.
That's your rank. An E means that you're a expert, so you get a little higher of a bonus with those items, and a T means that you're trained in them, which is a lower bonus.
2, 4, 6, 8.
Our skills are what we appreciate.
It's true. And trained expert, master, and legendary are +2, 4, 6, and 8 respectively. Bonus. That's the number behind it. I'm just going to do my first name. Spindleheimer's kind of big. I don't want my token to take up too much real estate.
Okay, so did you pick your ancestry feat?
Nope. I'm
Nope, not yet.
I'm almost ready to do so.
Unburdened iron is good for heavy heavy armor proficiency. You get to ignore speed reduction. That's
Yeah,
the
I saw
dwarven
that.
ability to shrug that off.
Yeah.
There's a lot of cool ones. Dwarf have access to some pretty cool stuff. Oh, clan pistol for the Alkenstar. See, dwarves and the rest of Galarian have like a clan dagger, and ancestral clan dagger. But in Alkenstar, they have clan pistols. That's cool.
Okay, I just picked the dwarven. Um, I mean,
Dwarven, which one?
I'm gonna. I fucked up.
Uh-oh. What did you do?
Fucked up, I think.
What did you do?
I fucked up.
What did you
So-
do so I can help you fix it? Can I get an explanation as to what you fucked up?
So when I added the I added the dwarven weapon familiarity, right? And then I'm like, no. So I added it to my sheet, and then I went, no. And so I made an attempt to try to remove it, and I only removed like one thing, and I don't understand enough of what I added to feel comfortable removing all of it, and I want to remove it.
I will fix it. I am fixing it. I will fix it.
So do we all get one ancestry, one general, one skill, one class, and a dedication feat, or just everything but the dedication feat?
1 second, please.
I'm at
See, that should be correct. Simple, martial, advanced, and unarmed are what you have there. You have no character effects from that. All of your other bonuses look correct there. All right. So I fixed it. So click. You can re-add the ancestry that you would like now. What was your question now, Jemmet?
Oh, do we get ancestry, general, skill, and class feats? One of each.
You do get, so if you go through the actual text as you made your character below that, anything that is in red and has pluses are a decision that you have to make or open. So first is ancestry feat, and then you'll have a choice probably based on your race, such as trained in acrobatics or athletics. And then so it has like the skills that you have to pick.
Yeah.
So in his case, it's train in 3, and then there's one that'll say add a blank feat. That's your class feat.
So the one that says trained in your choice of acrobatics or athletics, that's the skills. That's the one that I should pick. That's the button.
For which one?
Trained in your choice of acrobatics or athletics.
On your character sheet, yes. Click on skills, and then where it says prof at the top under that, click under one of them so that it has a T there. You see it on your character sheet.
Nope. I clicked the thing on the right. I clicked skills, right?
No, close that window that opened.
Okay,
That's
I'm
not
closing that window that opened.
Yep. Click on your actual character sheet that says skills on it. And then from there, you see where it says prof at the top. So you have your name and then you have your proficiency. Both acrobatics and athletics should have a dash next to them at the moment. Click on the one that you want to train in, and it should change to a T. Yep, there you go. You got it. And then above that, you should have something that tells you to train in a total of X number of skills. What does that tell you? How many does it tell you to train in? I believe it's
3 skills, add one. Add one more trained skill if you increase your intelligence.
Yeah,
Step 4, and I did not.
No, you did not. So pick
Okay,
3
so
more skills to be
click 3
trained
more.
in.
Okay. Why is engineering like completely wiped out on my sheet?
It's not. It's underneath where it says lore. It's one that you got somewhere in one of your selections, so it's a lore type. So lore is kind of like
understood.
knowledge. You can have multiple
Understood.
kinds of it. So you
Understood.
when it comes to engineering tasks, you're gonna be able to make rolls on your lore to try to figure things out. Or
Understood.
you can actually, in combat, I believe lore engineering, if I'm remembering correctly, can be used against constructs.
Cool.
Let's double check my notes. Nope, that's under Arcana and Crafting. Huh. Crazy. Alright. But I'd probably allow one anyways. That sounds about correct. Alright, and then above that, you see how it says add a fighter feat? Did you click on the item that says class? And that's going to open up a whole bunch of feats. The big thing that you're going to want to do is make sure that anything that you pick out of that, you have to match the prerequisite, which you probably don't have a lot of decisions right now that don't match your prerequisites.
No.
But you can see the benefits, all the other fun stuff that are available through each of those, which will give you bonuses during combat.
So lore in this and doing recall knowledge with things we know helps us take apart monsters because we can suss out what its weaknesses are, what it's vulnerable to, things like that. Learn its capabilities. We roll well enough that the GM just has to tell us pretty much everything.
Okay.
It's in the book. It's in the rules.
It's in the rules, man. So I got
No, but you give up an action to do that, so it has a mechanical impact on the game. It's cool. Trying not to fanboy gush over here, but I've been pretty smitten with Pathfinder 2nd Edition the past few months.
To add.
I think they did it.
Yeah, you're pretty much done, man. You sound surprised in yourself.
Well, they don't call it Math Finder for nothing, man.
No, that's what they called Pathfinder 1, which was based off
for
of
real.
3.5. You're just getting stuck in your head that Pathfinder 2 is Mathfinder.
I'm coming here with my tabletop prejudice.
Yes, you are. It's okay. It's okay.
Don't write it on your character
We're
sheet.
gonna learn something.
Oh, it's there.
All right. Let me get rid of this
Oh,
non-existent character here.
the forehead cam has been
Forehead cam initiated.
has been pretty good this season so far.
So far.
Oh, cool.
So let's. All right.
You're a shining example to us all.
I'm gonna share some maps and some pictures just to kind of give a little bit of a background of exactly where we are and what we have going on here. Share. Let's sync client view. So, Alkenstar. Alkenstar is part of the Impossible Lands. There is two warring nations in the Impossible Lands, Nex and Jeb. Jeb is ruled by the undead. Nex is a council of wizards. The two of them have been fighting each other for pretty much almost as long as they can remember at this point. The actual leader of Jeb, who coincidentally enough, his name is Jeb, has been killed and reappeared more times than the people of Nex can count.
Yeah. How long has that been happening?
A long time.
Like as
long
long as
time.
people can remember.
Yeah. And if you can see that little green push pin, that's that's a little bit off here. Let's actually do this. Let's grab that push pin, and we're gonna move it to where we actually are, which is right up here in the Mana Wastes. That is where Alkenstar is. Okay. You can click on that push pin, and there is more information in there specifically about the. Well, as soon as it wants to open for you, anyways. Or let me do a push share to everybody. There we go. That gives you an idea of all the different, a little bit more of the places that are there, as well as the different nations, people, factions, religions, and different resources that are available throughout the Impossible Lands. Now, Alkenstar is located in the Mana Wastes. It's kind of where the fronts of the two armies of Nex and Jeb have met, and between their long war and all of the magic, etc., that has been used, the Mana Wastes have been scarred. Magic doesn't seem to work as much as it should. There are what are called mana storms that will roll through and will make pretty much every mage what we know as a wild mage. Things may work, things may not work. They may go to cast Fireball and instead do Dazzling Lights, something of that nature, or it could completely just backfire in their face. It's one of the reasons that guns, etc., have become a kind of a necessity here in Alkenstar, because everybody needs to be able to defend themselves even when the storms roll in, as well as defend themselves from what is in the Mana Wastes itself. There are constructs that have constructed themselves after their deaths. There are bandits, all sorts of crazy things that can be found across the Mana Wastes. Let's get into... Let's get an actual city of Alkenstar, though, because that is where we are starting our adventure. Share. Doo-doo-doo. Come on, let's get this map up for everybody. All right. This is Alkenstar. We're going to go around the group here a little bit and kind of go over some of our story, so to speak. So, Jemet, you are currently session 0 before we get started on the AP. You are part of the Temple of Bry, which is on the southern side of Alkenstar, on what is known as Skyside. It's a little bit higher than the rest of the city as the river winds through that side. Looks down more or less on everybody else. So there is the Temple of Bry, which isn't that far from Blythier College in the Auburn district. Okay.
All right.
Next, we have Orr. Orr, you're from the Ferris Quarters, which is up in this section. It's on the north side of the river. The Ferris Quarters are where most of the running workshops are that create the barrels for guns, create actual bullets for people, all of the other forging needs within the city of Alkenstar. And you've spent, quite a bit of time working up there. Key. I didn't really think too much about where exactly you stay. I imagine it would probably be somewhere in possibly the Ferris Quarters, as that is where there is a lot of underhanded dealings and things of that nature. You are human, correct, Key?
That is correct, sir.
All right. You have a small home in the Ferris Quarters that was that you've acquired through a few different means, and you currently have a lease, or not a lease. I'm sorry. Your current mortgage is through the Gold Tanks Reserve, a bank which is actually owned by another local criminal by the name of Ambrose Mugland, who's going to cause us all some problems in a little while.
So remember that name, kids.
Yep. And
Mugland.
the Thunder. The Thunder came from Dunmore, a dwarven sky citadel that is north of the city of Alkenstar. It's actually like about a day's ride away, maybe a little bit less, depending on how leisurely you stroll out there. You were on an expedition. People had learned that there was a rumor of a platinum vein running through a piece of the mana waste. So you and your guys got together and you went out there and you figured you'd start blowing everything to hell until you find it, and then you're all rich and retired. But unfortunately,
Easy.
As you guys arrived to where the mine was supposed, or where the vein was supposed to be, and you guys began setting up your first camp for the night, there was a terrible explosion. You don't know whether, it was somebody smoking too close to the dynamite, or whether maybe there was a bad cap in there, but whatever it was, boop, boop, out went the lights.
Well, I know it wasn't a bad cap.
Oh, do you make all your own caps?
Of course I make all my own caps.
Okay.
No way it was a
wasn't
bad
sure.
cap.
Okay, it wasn't a bad cap. I'm not saying anything, Mr. Thunder.
Oh, I'm just preparing my defense for when somebody starts calling my work shoddy. Oh, I do have a mechanical question.
Yeah,
Gear?
absolutely. You get
It's-
a total of 15 gold pieces to start, I believe.
to spend on gear?
Correct.
Cool. Okay, thanks.
Correct.
Oh, okay, it just comes right out of the starting silver then. Okay.
Yeah,
Awesome.
15 gold or
Gold's a lot more valuable in this than in other things.
yeah,
we've done.
almost everything in this is priced in silver. So you can consider yourself with 150 silver if you want. However you want to do the math, everything is by tens. So easy peasy lemon squeezy. And then from there you can pick up whatever you want. So
Cool. Okay.
we're gonna actually take our first. Well, we're gonna make this one short, only like a 5-minute break. And then when we come back, we will start getting the party together, and we'll start making you all a bunch of outlaws. So we'll be back in just 5 minutes. We appreciate you all for hanging out with us tonight. Give us a follow if you can. We'd appreciate it, and we'll talk to you all soon.
See you in 5 minutes.
We are back. We appreciate you guys all for hanging out. We do have, let me make a couple changes here. Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's bring some of the background music in. So that way we don't just have to listen to all those people talking at the Bullet and Barrel. There's no reason for any of those shenanigans. Does that work? Okay.
Bullet and Barrel, what do they sell there? Home furnishings?
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. Let's see, which one is it going to go to? Let's do that way. Let's do it this way. Do it that way. Yeah, there we go. Alright, everybody can hear the music now. And we got Sirenscape muted for a little bit. Alright, so we're doing shopping. We found out that guns are a little bit expensive, so no backpack of guns at first level.
Yeah. Wow.
Bor almost showed up naked because he forgot armor. Yeah, how's your shopping going there, Key?
Shopping? Who's shopping?
Oh, you're just keeping your money?
No, I'm just going through my skills still. I'll shop while we're talking.
Jemet, how are you doing?
Well, I'm good. I'm spending most of my stuff on armor, as I think any first level cleric should do. Most.
So let's go through and see how we're gonna get this party together. So the Thunder, a body has been brought to the Temple of Bry. Jemet, he's been brought to you by. Let's see. Let me double check my notes here. There they are. Alaman Kaswana. He is the one of the head priests at the Temple of Bry. One of our drones found him out in the Mana Waste. Barely a pulse, but look at this. And the Thunder, can you describe what your do you still took the symbiotic relationship background? Is that correct?
Yeah.
You're not. Would you like to describe what your gear looks like that has become attached to you?
I don't know how this works. So the Hero Forge mini that I did doesn't let you do like, half metal faces and metal arms, unless and I could probably do that, but that's kind of what I was thinking was. I know we were joking around before that Mugland, is that the guy's name?
Yep.
That he dropped a safe on the Thunder.
Yeah, that's not. It's not happening.
How is this? Is this guy like a
No.
cartoon villain?
I really like the image of him being like crushed by something like really heavy.
I mean, he could have been crushed by the cart or something like that when the explosion went off from the expedition. But that your issue with Mugland isn't one because he tried to kill you, because that's something that you can fight and justify in the world or with the local shield marshals and judges. Your problem with Mugland is something that makes you an outlaw, not him an
Gotcha.
outlaw.
Okay.
So he did not try to murder you in the Mana Waste.
Okay. But mostly I was thinking that maybe like right arm and half of the right side of his head is something. I don't even know what the mechanical symbiote like necessarily looks like, but I'm just picturing something like cybernetic.
Right. Okay. So he brings in a dwarf on a gurney to you, Jemet, and a chunk of his face has been replaced by steel.
So, leaning over, you see this dwarf with a beard that frames his face, not a connecting mustache, and not a particularly bushy beard. It is groomed, but it is tidy to keep it out of the way of the mechanisms that we traffic in as Bryites. And I look at him and go, "What do you suppose that happened? That's not typical." I lean closer to see if it's making any noise, because it reminds me of an automaton or clockwork of some sort, I think, right?
As you lean in, you hear the precision sound of small gears, the tick, 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 tick. But there's almost a grinding, a scratching noise. Something isn't quite correct, and he's going to need full repair for him to become conscious again. Maybe you know somebody who could make you parts on the down low.
Ooh. He's gonna need more than just a night's rest and a tonic. Hand me that spanner. I'm going in.
And as you go through the process, you realize that you do need, you're going to need some custom pieces made. And you know your cousin, Lore, up in the Ferris quarters, would be able to make those with the precision that you need. His hand's a little bit steadier than yours, while you're good at breaking down the plans. You, like you said earlier, you question your own ability to actually perform them.
I didn't say that. Nobody heard that.
Well, no, you didn't say that part out loud. that was an antler off-table moment.
I'm gonna go ahead and write insecurities under inventory.
Okay, all right. Well, we might as well get it in here on session 0. We don't want to give anybody a false sense of security that everything is good until, level 3, and then the floor falls out.
Yeah, he's got kind of an Amish chin beard thing going on. Like that is kind of his look, and he's bald.
I was picturing young Hank Williams Jr.
Wow. I wasn't, but I'm okay with this.
Yeah, I'm.
He would be played by a mid-90s era Lance Henriksen.
Aloman comes back later on that evening.
That's a vibe.
These plans that you say that you need these pieces for, they're going to cost a little bit of a penny. I suggest maybe you find somebody who's willing to maybe donate to this work. I don't think that we should have this on the direct records of the Church of Bry. I'm afraid that something like this could be questioned by the local authority.
Or let him question, as long as we're on the up and up and our numbers check out. I don't think we should be deceptive at all. Let's put him up on the rack. I want to see what else he needs before I go see Boars. If I don't go to Boar with a proper list, he tends to get he's a bit feisty. He doesn't like to fill in the blanks, although that might be what we're doing. I'm looking him up and down.
And he lifts you and lifts up the thunder, or lifts up the body of this.
So we're winching him up like RoboCop.
Yep. Winching him up, getting a pan underneath him in case anything drips. You don't want to make any stains.
Well, I'm not going to check his oil right now. We don't know each other that well, and that's a conversation.
Let's wait until we have introductions. So you go through the process, figure out exactly what you need, and you head up to Bor. And Key, you actually know Bor as well. Bor's done a little bit of work here and there for you, making you repairing items, pistols, making sure that they're resellable with different barrels and things like that when they tend to disappear from other people's properties. And Jemet, as you arrive, both Key and Bor are currently in the process of exchanging back one of the rifles that Bor had rebored. Bor bored a rifle. Or rebored a rifle.
I do not like that joke.
It's a board bore rebore?
No.
A below rebore.
I inspect his work because my cousin has a temper, and sometimes I like to get a rise out of him. So I'm going to look through the fluting of the barrel and be like, nice work. You only left about 2 burrs in there, Bor.
You come down here and you do this work then. I don't see your arm swinging any hammers.
Well, the hammer only gets swung in the service of the goddess, you know that.
I do. You come down here and you tell me.
Now, suppose your cousin Shemet has come across something a little odd. Hey, listen, someone wandered out of the Mana Wastes, half plugged up with gears and such, and I think I can save them, but the damage has been done, but I might need a few of those servos we talked about.
Sure. Anything for me, cousin.
Bry, watch over your work.
And everybody.
A blessing
even
and
ask-
another
alright.
subtle dig at your rifle craftsmanship.
Okay, whatever. To me, it's just like the dice are gonna decide how my craftsmanship is anyway. So whatever.
Right.
Right. So I'm not getting too committed one way or the other to the idea that I'm
Nice.
good at any of it. You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
Did you get a
I
roll
can-
sent to you, Key?
The first roll of the campaign.
I don't see. Oh yes, now I see it. I'm gonna perceive something.
All right.
I hope so.
A flaccid 20.
A
Flaccid 20.
flaccid 20. As you see
I'm
him,
introducing that on the stream. That's new for the streams. See what else is new this stream every Saturday, every other Saturday at whatever time we start, 8:30.
Write it down.
Usually.
Keep a list.
How's
Collect them
that?
all.
add it to your bingo card.
That's right.
So we have the first flaccid 20 of the night. And you notice that the papers that Jemet hands over to Boar are very strange clockwork mechanisms. It's not anything that you've seen before, but it does pique your curiosity as maybe it, if it's something that is that delicate and that functional, maybe there's a way that you could make some money off of it if you were to invest and help with the creation. So a few days pass, and it takes Boar a little bit of time. You need to collect a little bit of extra cash to do this, and Key actually helps fund you a little bit, since Alaman has been a little bit tight on the purse strings at the Church
Sure.
of Bry.
Right. What? Call him stingy to his face. I dare you.
And the parts get done, and Boar, you deliver them to Jemet, and you're watching as Jemet, begins
Oh, it can just
to-
be Shemet with SH.
Shemet?
It's cool.
Okay,
Yeah.
Shemet.
Yeah.
Brings it to Shemet.
Thank you.
And as you are as you see him putting the pieces in place, the thunder, you suddenly start to see shadows, and you begin to have sensation again. For a second, you remember the taste of the coffee next to the fire before the explosion. And you go from being gone to now laying on this stone cold slab with another dwarf tightening apart. And as he tightens it, you see everything come into focus with your left eye.
RoboCop.
Got these Koyoshis just for you. Put those up. The induction pad for his gun. Oh, great.
And the thunder is now conscious. Jemet, or you guys make brief acquaintances to each other. And it's gonna take a couple more days for the thunder to completely regain all of his faculties. So the three of you, the rest of you go about your standard business, or you go back to the Ferris quarters. Key, you're hanging out at the Barrett and Bullet Saloon, where Phoebe Dunsmith owns and who you're friends with. And the second night, the thunder, as you're starting to walk around and feeling a little bit more comfortable again, there is a knock at the door, Shemet.
Is it a fierce knock?
No, it's not a fierce knock.
Okay, just asking.
Shemet, are you in there? Olivan's voice sounds concerned.
Yeah. So Shemet opens the door. He's got his leather apron with his tongs in one, and he's bare chested. He's like, "This is my special alone time. Why are you interrupting it?"
The shield marshals are coming. Your plans. Somebody saw your plans, and it looks like Muglin wants them. But the shield marshals, they're coming for you and the Thunder. I suggest you get out of here before they arrive.
All right. Thanks. I'm not sure I understand what's going on yet, but I'll make contact when I can.
And I slap my armor on in a hasty montage of suiting up.
Dun, 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 dun.
Is there?
Okay.
Does the camera zoom in on your buttocks like in Batman Forever?
I'm not sure who's got the cinematography on that one.
Well,
But if they
we
do-
all get to be our own cinematographers.
If they do, they are taut, bronzed hams in a can.
Bronzed.
And Jamet, do you go and get the Thunder and take him to escape? Because Muglin's coming for him as well.
Hey there. I'm not sure what you remember, but we've got to get on the move.
Do I speak that language?
Well, you're a dwarf and you have drank before, so yes, I'm sure you speak Dwarven mumblings.
Ah, gotcha. That's why I enjoy Narragansett. The beer for when you're fighting monsters of any size in a buddy comedy.
I think probably the first sentence that Thunder gets out is, "Where's my pistols?"
Just the backup piece you came with. I'll never judge a dwarf by his clan pistol.
Turns
might wanna
out
put
you're
some
on the
pants
first
on.
level. We can't afford one.
You're a slinger, but we're yet to see if you're a gunslinger.
Oh man, is this Shemit's voice? I think it is. Okay.
Of course it is. It's
So-
right here.
Jamet and the Thunder, the two of you head off.
Buckle
and
up,
head
Eric.
Towards the Ferris quarters, which is a good place to hide. There aren't as many of the Shield Warden up there, so it's a good place to lay low. More.
Yes.
While there are not a lot of Shield Wardens within the Ferris quarters, today's a little bit different. As you arrive and you begin setting up your forge, you look over and your foreman, William Dunglesmith, a human, is talking to
Dungle
three shield marshals and points in your direction. As he points in your directions and your eyebrows go up and your eyes widen, the shield marshals' heads snap in your direction and they begin trying to make their way through the rest of the forge's workers who are setting up for the day. You've seen this look before. You don't want to be on the other end of this look. You quickly make haste. Something is going down if they are asking questions and looking for you. Key. You wake up like every other morning and head off to go to the the gold tanks reserve to get out a little bit of gold, maybe go have lunch, and see where the day takes you. You've got a little bit of gold to yourself. Don't worry, this has nothing to do with what's on your character sheet.
Right. This is narrative gold,
yeah,
dude.
This is pre.
Flavor gold.
Yeah.
Flavor gold. Okay, that's cool. I'm down with
And-
flavor gold.
It's better than no flavor gold.
As you arrive at the gold tanks, which is actually a old temple of Abadar that has been converted into a bank. It has a tall vaulted gold or bronze roof, very large marble stairs that go up to it, and a large waiting room. Heading in, you see the standard machinations walking around and guarding. They are not, they're not the Warforge that we're used to. These are actual wind-up. These are actual clockwork. We won't get into this discussion with Shemet until later, but they're not fully sentient, but they are still beautiful machines.
But you can knock him around a bit, and the goddess don't mind.
Don't mind as much.
So many questions.
And you fill out your withdrawal slip, and you wait patiently, and you get up, and the bank teller takes it from you. Just one moment, Mr. Key. She walks back, and you see the head of the bank, the manager, another dwarf by the name of Dresh, comes walking out and looks up and sees you. And as he says that, or as he looks at you, he reaches into his shirt, and you see him pull out a whistle. And as he gets it to his lips, you realize that whistle is what activates the guardian machinations within the bank. And you quickly make haste to leave the bank before you are captured.
Successful sense motive. Okay.
And the four of you meet up at the Bullet and Barrel, as that is a good place to lay low for a little bit, get a room. Phoebe Dunsmith isn't one to necessarily question.
Phoebe?
Phoebe Dunsmith. That's
What's she look like? She a 10?
good question.
I'm asking for my cousin.
Stop trying to fix me up. I told you.
What,
There'll be time for that later.
Get out of seminary.
Oops.
Church.
Baptism.
Right.
Thing we're paying attention. Yeah, we're back. All right, we're back. Phoebe Dunsmith. Second
You
night.
said you got a
guys-
show. Every day's a show with you.
No. I have a whole bunch of people coming in tomorrow. A bunch of thespians and bards. They're gonna put on a play.
I don't judge.
Here? So how does this place look? Is it an armpit?
No, it's actually
You should show the boots. Make sure the stream, make sure chat can
Oh,
see
so
the
I wanna
boots,
see the
because
boots?
she is like if Texas was a dwarf.
Texas was a dwarf. Oh, boy.
She's fantastic. Phoebe Dunsmith, hell yeah.
Phoebe.
Oh,
And as she walks away, I'll say to Boars,
I think I jingle, jangle, jingle.
We could tell.
That
Am I
is a
blushing
picture-
again?
That is a picture of what the Bullet and Barrel looks like inside.
Oh, this is
It
beautiful.
actually-
This place is beautiful.
Oh,
Where are the Peaky Blinders?
very nice. It actually at one point was a working forge. That's why
That's
it has
why I
such
like
high
it.
roofs, etc. It
It's the
closed
aesthetic.
down though after there was a explosion there. It's opened and closed as a couple of different inns, but Phoebe seems to have a firm grasp on it. There is actually outside. There's actually a shooting range where sometimes after a few drinks, people will go and have competitions and things of that nature.
what a great idea.
Yep. Hey.
Oh my goodness.
Nobody said that everybody's smart in Alkenstar, just that they got gunpowder.
That's why I have battle medicine as a feat.
Oh, look at you carrying your own insurance. Aren't you fancy? So, as you guys, dinner has been served out, etc. You guys, let's send everybody a roll. Let's do that. let's do the first party roll. Perception. Set a DC. It's not gonna be that high. There's a roll for everybody.
Oh, nice. Interesting.
Ooh, I got a critical success. What's that mean, GM? Tell us all about it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Tell us about it.
So
Tell us all the crazy feats.
Yeah, tell us everything it means.
as you guys are sitting there eating, Bor, you notice a group of shield marshals come into the Bullet and Barrel. It's the first time you've ever seen that. And they walk up to the bar, and you're watching them, and you see Phoebe come up. And the Thunder, Gemma, and Key, the three of you with your critical success get even more information. You notice this as well, but you can kind of make out what they're saying. It appears that the shield wardens are looking for the four of you. And then you notice Phoebe Dunsmith waving her hand behind her, and the barmaid who was working next to her quickly comes over to your table. Miss Dunsmith has asked me to ask you to go to your quarters for now.
You don't say.
They want to fight us.
That's fine, but I'm taking this to go.
Glad you're feeling better. Remember, put a cream around the.
We might want to lay low for a while. We're getting that tip off, I guess. We want to get. Yes.
Fine.
I'm taking my mac and cheese with me to my room, though.
As the four of you head
I'm
up the
gonna
stairs,
sulk to my room because I really want to fight these guys.
No, you don't want to. You are level 1. You do not want to fight the shield wardens. You will
Then
die
I
a miserable
don't.
death. You have seen
Then
it
I
happen
don't.
multiple times.
Well, then
The thing
these
with bullets is
assholes
that they
keep
hurt.
wagging their dick around. Then
Yeah.
I'm gonna begrudgingly go up to my room
Yeah.
because
So-
they're dick waggers
As you guys
wagging
head
it
up,
around.
as you guys head up to your room, as you can see in that picture, there is a small balcony. And as you guys head off to your rooms, you can see the shield wardens dispersing through the crowd, kind of looking around. They are looking for you. The three of
I
you
shed a
who
tear.
got a critical success, the three of you see a female elf standing at the door with dark chestnut skin, long black hair, and she's holding a long rifle with a large scope in her hand. She looks over her shoulder back into the Bullet and Barrel, and you guys can see that she backs away and starts scanning the roof and the edge of the Bullet and Barrel.
With the
This
scope?
is-
She's
with
like
the scope,
looking down
yes,
the
just to see, make sure nobody's escaping. This is Angelique Lovelace, the head of the Shield Wardens, and she is a
Lovelace.
son of a bitch.
Right. The name
She-
says it all.
Key, you know for a fact that she's in Muglin's pocket, the same person who stole your gold. Or you know that Muglin, just a couple days ago, was up in the Ferris quarters going through new designs, trying to find items to invest his gold in. Gemma, it's kind of coming together now that you've been framed by the Shield Wardens over the Thunder, that maybe you brought together life without proper authority within the city of Alkenstar. You see,
I did no such
Alkenstar-
thing. He had a feckin'
Alkenstar-
pulse when he was brought in.
Alkenstar, well, you can tell that to the judge, good sir. Alkenstar being part of the nation of Nex, they have very strict rules about necromancy and things like that. They've been touched by the city of Jeb, or they've after fighting Jeb for years.
Show me where the bad city touched you.
Oh, it touched us all over. There's a whole scar that runs from the west to the east of the entire possible
The
lands
mana
from it.
wastes.
Yeah, there is a scar. That's where they touched me. And I tried to touch them, and now it's touch.
So I missed something. What's the crime?
Necromancy.
Well, at this necromancy,
Smuggling in unsanctioned life.
no.
Forging with intent on forging with intent of nefarious deeds.
So Key was the
Who
backer.
counts
Key was
of carrying a
Key-
dead guy?
You guys were framed that Key was the person who was financially backing the resurrection of a Jeb warrior from the south. They're saying that the Thunder was Jeb and that Jemet is the one who helped reconstruct him. Bor, you made the pieces that were made, and Key is the one who put the money into it. A crime of this nature is go to jail. We'll figure it out with the judge later if you make it that long.
It's just like the Thunder leans over to Shemet. Is any of this true?
Yes, this is how I became chaotic feckin' neutral.
About
The system
is
has
the
failed
shift.
me.
Yes.
finally.
Yes. Yes. So they're you guys aren't high up on the list of wanted. You lay low for later on that evening. There's a knock at each of your doors, and Phoebe Dunsmith asks you to meet with her. You guys all get together. Suggest you guys stay low for a little bit. They left, but they're definitely going to come back looking for you all. I can't hear you. You are muted, Jemet. I suggest you turn your voice box back on.
That's awesome. I said, well, that's a
free action.
that's a shame. I was looking forward to riding merrily along another time.
Well, we will figure out our next steps, but for now, I suggest you stay low. Mugland is one to hold a grudge, and I'm not sure exactly what it is that he has against the four of you. But with Lovelace in his pocket, you'll be lucky if you even make it to a cell.
I don't need luck. I've got the goddess to guide me. Her mechanisms are more sure than any of this horse shit.
But still, I like your breathing.
Do you know?
And she twirls a finger through your sparse beard.
Oh, Christ, get out of room.
This is my room.
I own the whole building. It's my building. They're all my room.
I'm gonna go sleep somewhere else.
Hey, oh, leave my tongs here.
Right. Rude.
Quit torquing your tinker.
So, you guys stay. She doesn't charge you anything. You guys stay for the next 3-4 days here at the Bullet and Barrel. And there is going to be a play the next night. She gets you guys all rooms or all seats at the front, or gets your own table near the front of the thing, towards the stage. After the show, I'd like to have a conversation with you all if you don't mind.
It's not sparse, it's tidy and woven tightly. It's just out of the way of mechanisms and messy business.
There's no
It's
shame. in
perfect. It doesn't
improvement.
get stuck in my fingers at all.
Oh, well, that's because I oiled it. It's a little Hobbs number 9 gun oil. It smells good too.
Oh, boy.
You said you weren't
Dwarven
charging us for the rooms, but I sure am getting a charge right now. In fact, the goddess got me all wound up, and I'd
And
really like to have the alarm go off.
Oh, don't you get a free magic item for that pun?
Oh,
No.
I got quick identification. Yep, horny.
Who has the fifth character up there that says unnamed?
Oh, I'm fucking around. It's me. It's me. I'm fucking around.
But we're at the find out phase, okay? The time for fucking around has passed.
Okay, I'm.
One second here.
What do? Did I break something?
I'm just playing.
I'm
No.
sorry.
I was
Everything.
more just
Sure.
wondering what it was. I want to make sure that it wasn't me.
No, it was me.
All right. Let's stop some of that music. Let's bring back the old Sirenscape music for everybody. And let's go to the opening. You guys are seated watching the play. Draw. Bang! A crack of thunder fills the air. The smoking gun, held by a powerful built orc man wearing leather chaps, vest, and a shiny sheriff's badge, holds everyone's attention. The orc slowly lowers the firearm, stowing it back in his holster. He carefully and deliberately walks up to a bloody dwarf, surveying his handiwork. I'm sorry it had to go down this way, brother. You picked the wrong side, and with that, I can't abide. He removes his pinched front hat, holding it over his heart, and after a moment he lowers his head. The entire saloon, the Bullet and Barrel, erupts in applause as the pianist begins to play. The orc bows
It's me every
deeply,
time.
that helps the dwarf to his feet, who also bows to the attending patrons. The two walk to the bar arm in arm and order a bottle of whiskey. Thank you for attending, says Phoebe atop the bar, addressing the patrons loudly. Whiskey is only 2 silver for the next hour, and that includes top shelf. Come back next week for the conclusion of Hearts at High Noon and our after party. Enjoy yourselves.
Way ahead of you.
As the bar starts to get crowded, she hops down and comes, they have the lifting man door. As a dwarf, you can just kind of duck and go under it and pop out the other side. And you see her make her way through the crowd and over to the table where the 4 of you are sitting. Now that the show is over, let's talk business. I brought you all here because we share some common enemies. With your help, I can make them pay and get you rich in the process. But first, I want you to tell me why you deserve a job that could pay your weight in gold. Follow me, and Phoebe leads you guys off to her office just behind the bar. So here's the game. Ambrose Mugland. He's got a decent portion of his funds invested in an old bank called the Gold Tank Reserve. I think you're a little bit aware of that place, right, Key? Yeah. It's an old temple of Abadar in the Ironside quarters, mostly used by ranchers and crooked politicians, a thief here or there. I happen to know that half of their clockwork handlers are out for maintenance, and they won't get them back until tomorrow afternoon. This is our chance to hit Mugland where it hurts. All you have to do is bust a few of the remaining clockworks, get the vault key from the manager Dresh, and fill your sack with gold. Once you're done inside the bank, you leave out the back. Muglin's got a few crooked shield marshals on his payroll, including that damn bastard Deputy Lovelace. She and her goons are sure to be hot on your tail, but don't fight them. They'll gun you down in a second if you give them the chance. Just run away and they'll look like fools. Nothing's sure to fry the deputy's egg, like crooks she can't catch. And just to help you out and make it a little bit easier, she throws out 4 bandanas on the table in front of her.
In front of everybody. Oh, no, gotcha.
Yeah. Yep. In front of her and you guys as well, in front of everybody. And it is a bag of holding, type 1, as well as 4 hats of disguise. Those should keep you from being detected as the ones who did this.
Cool.
They're not masks of disguise, like the noses and the glasses.
Well, they're hats of disguise. They do have the ability. Nope, actually, let me identify the stuff for you guys. It is inside the party sheet if you want to look at it.
That's the tightest pickle I ever heard.
Yeah.
This ordinary looking
Yes,
hat
you know,
allows
that's-
you to cloak yourself in illusions.
Old.
Cool.
How often can we use it? How long does it last?
A total of a
Once
minute,
per day.
once per day. Oh,
Ah, yeah.
yeah, it takes a minute to activate, and then you can use it once per day.
Oh,
And
that's
then as
cool
long as you wear it
hell.
until you take it off, then it shuts down.
That's it's like smoke. It's like smoke bomb.
It's
Ninja,
like- You could
banish.
just
Here's
walk
the
around
things you
outside
might be
with
able to
these things 'cause
use.
we're someone else.
Keep the pouch and put all the gold in it, you hear? Otherwise, it'll slow you down. Put on the
Mhm.
hats so you can keep your identity secrets, but don't muss them up. I'd like the hats back when you're done.
For spicy roleplay later, right?
Well,
Look, I'm an elf.
let's see how well you guys do. Any questions?
You could use this to change into an elf. I just pictured myself as a fancy dwarf.
Yeah, you know, and as a DM, I usually don't give out bag of holding at first level either, because it doesn't happen often.
I was quite surprised.
It was the pun. I told you.
We talked about this.
You guys have any questions?
Yeah, it seems kind of easy. What's the split here? What are we talking about? What's your
10%
interest in
each.
soldier?
10% each. And then the rest I keep to fund the next portion of my plan. This is only step one. We'll discuss the rest if you can make it through this.
What else do you have going on?
Find out as time goes on.
10% seems a little slim. We're taking a lot of risk here.
It's 40%. You get 40. I get 60. I'm providing you right there with 120 of gold worth of magic alone. Do you have the money to pony up to keep yourself safe for that?
Fine. We keep the hats.
Did you have the information?
We get to keep the hats.
5% then.
Oh, no.
No.
10 will be
10%
fine.
and we keep the hats.
He does not speak for all of us.
Right. I don't need my hat.
Okay, 10%. I keep my hat.
Let's see
They
if you
can't. They
make it.
can't appreciate craftsmanship.
What?
How about you?
What do you
just-
know about
I-
craftsmanship?
Hold to be back.
How to offend
No,
the
no,
dwarf.
I wanna
One easy
watch.
step.
I'm gonna wager with the thunder. What do you think? Wanna see what the geek can do? Or do you wanna watch my cousin take him apart? Make him into a pretzel microscope thing? I saw it once.
The Thunder's
be-
busying himself with he's got like a bowl with like a soft leather pouch in it, and a soft piece of leather in it, and he's mixing up chemicals and like reagents.
Why? Well, you shouldn't do that in a snifter. We should get you
He's got a cigar in his mouth. This is the point where you notice that the Thunder has no eyebrows.
starting to see a pattern.
Suggest you get there early in the morning when they first open. The
Think that's
rest
the
of
best
the
time to hit them.
the rest of the mechanic will be back afternoon.
Okay. What time are they leaving?
They're already gone.
Oh, they're already gone. Okay.
My only question with hitting it at night is the key to the vault.
We've got a key of our own now, don't we?
Who's the person who had the key against her with a K or something? What was the person's name?
Oh no, it was Dresh.
Dresh. Yeah.
Dresh, yeah.
Yeah, it's K in there somewhere. It's probably silent.
That's silent K, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's got an apostrophe.
KDR. There's probably an apostrophe there. Yeah.
An
Only
umlaut.
he's an elf. Or an
There's an
orc.
umlaut on over a consonant, but who's judging?
Dresh is the same one who went to blow the whistle on Yuki.
Oh, he's that guy. Oh,
Mhm.
good. Good.
He's the manager of the bank.
I'm
Just in
looking
case you
forward
want
to,
to like punch him in the
yeah.
face a few times for the gold you lost.
I'm looking forward to redressing that slight.
Well, then if you want to redress that slight, then you definitely want to do this during the day because he's not going to be there at night.
Yeah.
Find out if they're still giving away the free toasters.
So
What?
yeah, let's get there. Let's plan on getting there as soon as they open. We
You-
can go right
After
in.
You trust
after you get through
your
the vault,
money in the bank.
there is an escape. There is a door out back. Make your way through the scrapyard. Easiest way, and then down into the sewer. It's a straight shot to here from there. Sewers again. God damn it. Are you
Every
fucking
world.
What
serious?
the fuck, Kev?
I didn't even write this one.
A likely story, but you read it and went sewers.
I read it. I was like, oh, they don't really like necromancy. There's sewers. It just hit a whole bunch of buttons.
Right. Magic's just fucked.
I'm gonna need that thing you keep behind the bar for me.
So I go and get the heavy crossbow and 20 bolts that I just bought. The reason I only have 5 silver left on my character sheet. And
That's a good idea.
I sling it, and I'm not burdened yet, but I'm pretty close. And my
Can I
steel
make a
shield.
bomb?
Better than anyone I know.
Can I make a bomb? I think I can make a bomb, but I don't know if I can make a bomb. Like, I don't know how making things works.
I want to
It's under
help
your
him. I want to
crafting.
help him make a bomb.
Because I get like a combination of things. I have like enough reagents every day to make like a level 1 alchemical item, I think. But I don't quite understand. It's not necessarily something we have to solve today,
so
but
a level
I would
1
like to have a
alchemical
bomb
item.
if I can.
Well, let's do this first while we're here because we're still at session 0. You can actually, if you open up items, there is alchemical and alchemical items. So you can click on alchemical items, and then you can click on level and click one. And there's your 7 available items. I don't know if a bomb is in that list, but those are the basic alchemicals that you can make right now.
That's perfect. Thank you, man.
Easy peasy lemon squeezy.
Sounds good to me.
All right.
Thanks.
So the next morning, let me get to the address.
Where is the since
Yeah.
muted microphones and stuff?
Oh, okay.
Alchemical crafting is a thing that I have, but I can't find it. Where is it? Like it says, like I have alchemical sciences is my methodology, and I get the alchemical crafting skill feat, but I have not been able to locate it.
Oh, alchemical craft. You would just roll your crafting, but you can do alchemical. So on your character sheet, your crafting you are trained in. So you would roll that, but you'd roll it towards alchemical crafting, which we will go to. All right.
Yeah,
We're gonna do something. We're gonna do something.
I want to know what I can make.
Neat, real
That's the
quick.
important thing.
Yep. Let's see if we can change this over. Let's go over here. Let's do this. Combat tracker. Why isn't my stuff? Some of my stuff's changed. Let's go.
Sounds like somebody's smoking a bong in this in this tavern.
Yeah, so weird. All right.
Pretty hip place.
we added this season, this new window, which is the archives of Nethys. I suggest it to everybody who's trying Pathfinder 2e. It's a good place to find all of your rules, etc. Alchemical crafting. You can use the craft activity to create an alchemical item. When you select this feat, you immediately add the formulas for 4 common first level alchemical items. So the same way I just told Kevin to find the alchemical items, you can go do the same thing, drop it down to alchemical items, drop it the level down to 1 and pick 4 of those items. Those are things that you can craft. So from there, it's just general crafting, which is having the time to do it. You can use the skill to create, understand, and report items. Let's say it's a recall knowledge. You can use it to make a roll to earn income on your turn. In the basic crafter's book. You have this. It said you have the standard gold pieces for that. What did you say
Sorry,
you
is that,
got
was that a
parts
question for
for?
me?
No,
Yeah,
that
it's
was
for
for
you.
Key. Or
Okay.
actually,
What?
Key, do you have parts for making that stuff, or do you have to buy them?
I probably have to buy them
Okay. If
initially.
you
I'm just looking to see what I can make, so I know what to buy.
Okay. Yeah, so you'd get 4 of the first level alchemical items, which those you can
Mhm.
find on the item list.
Just
And
like
then
Blight
you
Bomb
make
and Dread Ampule, stuff like that. Right. That's what I'm seeing. Bombs. Oh yeah.
Bombs are great.
But I'm thinking something special, not necessarily bombs. That's
The purpose of a
that's
bomb is to explode.
yeah, that's Thunder's deal.
The thunder.
The Thunder, sorry. The Thunder.
It's okay.
So it is a craft item.
Ooh,
Let's see what the archival method says. Craft item.
3 gold
craft
pieces. I
item.
can make one of these. I got 55
Well,
gold.
there
I've
was
been
an
hanging on
ability
to.
that I saw just now, which was craft anything. It's a very high level spell. I'm gonna have to probably do a little bit more research on this. Hold on. There it is. It is a downtime activity, so it can only be done at night. You can't do, or when we have days of not doing anything. So you're not going to be able to do it camping or resting or anything like that. Or actually, no, you can work on it a little bit during that. To craft an item, you must be the level item or lower to be able to craft it. You have to have the formula, or you have to disassemble one to learn how to make it. So if you find things, you can actually use your crafting skill to disassemble an item to figure out and add it to your own item. You must spend 4 days, so it standardly takes 4 days. And then on the end of the 4th day, you make a crafting check. The DC of the craft is based on its level, rarity, and circumstances. So it shouldn't be that hard to do a level 1. It'll probably be like, if you're doing a level 1 and you're doing it while you're in downtime at like the Bullet and Barrel or something like that, it would probably only be like a DC 11. If you're trying to do it at camps and stuff of that nature where you don't have like the full ability to actually set up a workspace and stuff like that, it might go up to like a 12 or a 13. If you're trying to do it, if you're trying to forge something in the middle of a glacier, it might go up to like an 18, 19 because it's really freaking cold and you don't have a forge, and things get difficult. But it takes 4 days. But I don't think that applies to the Thunder. I think you said you get to do 1 per day.
Oh, well, that's what I'm trying to figure out right now is this, I'm looking at the munitions crafter thing, and I don't understand the wording. It says you gain infused reagents, parentheses, a pool of reagents usable to make alchemical items, and advanced alchemy, and then in parentheses, allowing you to make alchemical items during your daily preparations without the normal cost or time expenditure. And I don't know what that means.
You're an alchemist?
No.
Oh, okay.
I get like it's some like alchemist adjacent
I gotcha.
feats. Yeah.
Same.
Sounds like you do them faster than the standard rules, though, with that feat. But
Right. Yeah, that's I don't know how to interpret that, but that's kind of how it reads.
Hmm.
You gain batches of infused reagents per day equal to your level, which you can use to create only bombs or alchemical ammunition.
If you use a batch of
Um,
infused.
If I can afford it, can I have one of these right now that I've already studied?
Yeah, that's fine.
Cool.
And I realized that I did, in fact, increase my intelligence, so I should have gotten an additional skill proficiency. Because during that boost step, I did increase my intelligence. And so I had a question. you can level stuff up to expert at level 1, right? Or no?
Not unless something explicitly says you can as part of a class feature.
Okay,
Or,
because okay.
but fighters get expert in, their weapons at level 1, and nobody else does. That's
I assume perception as well, because somehow I have that. I don't, because I didn't
yeah.
bump it
Your
up.
perception is also what drives your initiative in Pathfinder Second Edition.
Okay, so if I have another skill, I can't bump it up past. I can't bump it to expert. I can either be trained or not in it at this point.
Yeah, I think so, but I'm not sure what you mean. But that's okay.
Because you can go, if it says trained, you can hit it again and make it expert, and you can hit it again and make it.
Yeah, just
mastery.
because you can hit it doesn't mean you can hit it.
Well, that's what I'm asking.
Right. So you can only go to trained for now. We can't at first level. Apparently, we can't go expert unless your class says you can. In which case, it probably already did that for you when you did that character creator.
Yeah, most of it.
Train. It's well, the language says train bore. It doesn't say expert bore. It just says train. So maybe that's, I don't know, whatever.
Oh, you get alchemical agents.
I was using most of my mental bandwidth to pick my portrait.
Oh, that's fine. That's fine. I'm trying to decipher. So you get the reagents to make items, and you can create certain items that don't take you the same amount of time. Create and use. You gain batches of infused reagents per day equal to your level, which you can use to create only bombs or alchemical ammunition. Okay, so it depends. So you get you you can create the reagents like more or less freely that are needed, the ones that are considered infused reagents that are needed for making bombs and making alchemical ammunition. The alchemical ammunition, I have to look up alchemical.
Yeah,
ammunition.
we should probably just probably read up on this.
Yeah, it's a special.
Come back to it.
It's,
we don't have to solve the problem
special
now.
hocus pocus. But being level 1, chances are it's just standard bullets and stuff like that. You're probably not making super fireball bullets or super poison bullets or anything like that yet. But who knows?
No, I bought bullets, but I'm just wondering if I can make a bomb for the bank job.
I'm gonna say no right now, because at this point, my basic understanding of the crafting, the alchemical crafting that you have, you only get 4 first level items, and I didn't see any type of bombs listed as first level or any explosives under the alchemical items, unless I'm wrong. I mean, there is Alchemist's Fire, which is
It's kind of like a bomb.
No, actually, it is a bomb. It does D8 damage. You definitely could have. It's under alchemical items, level 1, alchemist fire, lesser.
Acid
you could have that, which is a bomb.
That's what I'm looking at right now. It's not
you might not have the module loaded.
I would happy to. I'd be happy to have it.
Did you?
But I would prefer an
Outlaws?
acid flask.
Okay, you could add that as well if you want. It's the Outlaws of Alkenstar is what you should have loaded if you want to double check the modules.
Yeah, but Alchemist Fire Lesser is level 1 out of the core rulebook. So like that's just in like the basic stuff. You can buy them for 3 gold.
Or did I have my thing? Oh no, I have them all there.
Okay. There's a couple things that I missed. They're there now.
Oh, yep, there is. Oh, actually, you know what? Alchemist's Fire in the regular rules are there is a lesser, a major, and a. But I don't think they actually have the They're just listed as alchemical, not alchemical items for some reason. I think it was separated in Outlaws of Alkenstar for some reason. I don't know why, but the Alkenstar one is listed as an alchemical item, while the one from the actual rule book is listed itself as just an alchemical item. or just alchemical.
It's a type.
It's an item with the alchemical trait.
Right, exactly. Where the trait on this one's listed as alchemical item. Weird.
Yep.
I don't know. Maybe the module's written weird. All right. So you guys have a little bit of prep. You guys get ready to, the next morning, head to the bank. That doesn't look right. Do.
My fantasy grounds is like not responding
Fantasy Grounds not responding.
because I loaded too much stuff.
Oh, it might take.
I'm too loaded.
It is too loaded. Oh, I got a shitload of stuff in here now. Now we're good. I didn't have the core rulebook loaded. Can you believe it?
That's gonna make it difficult.
Yeah. I'm surprised they got this far.
I kind of am too.
So I do want to point one thing out real quick to all of the players. If we open up our character sheet, it should be loaded up, and just open up like a feat for me. Click on one of the shields. Next to the name of it, there's a little white box. Do you guys all see that?
Abilities, feats.
Yep,
Yes.
click on any feat and open it. So, yep, if you click that, it pukes out all of the information that's in there. So, like, to share with each other a feat that we have or something like that, like if there's questions, it's an easy way to throw it out there without having to go digging into spells or whatnot. It's in spells, feats, anything that you open should have that little white box to puke out its rule section. Okay.
Roll puke.
Ah, cool. Thanks.
Is that the name of the extension?
It's called sharing.
Sharing.
Is caring.
Well, roll puke could be better. I'm just saying.
A map. A map.
A diggity dog.
The way our faces are on their portraits, I guess I'm always checking our 6.
I have neck issues.
Bad posture.
Yeah.
Let's do this. Let's do this. Mhm. Let's put the map back so that way people can see. The stench of manure accentuates the aura and shabbiness of this part of Alkenstar. In accord with this rundown district, the gold tank reserve looms above like a starving behemoth. The bank, once crafted from once gleaming stone, through dust and dirt, is now caked even onto the glass dome above. I know I said it was a bronze dome earlier. It's actually a glass dome on top. A pathway carved from a stone slab leads from the wooden boardwalk to the stone steps and an elevated porch, not unlike a small stage. Two small wings of the building flank the path, each with a weed-choked planter facing the street. Impressions of giant keys are etched onto the walls on either side of the entryway. You guys also make out two of what are referred to as what are they called? Oh, actually, I can just click the ID button. Gold tank brokers. These are the machinations that guard the bank, standing at either side of the entrance. One there, and the pathway, which goes right up that way to the entrance of the bank.
Are they sentient?
Exactly what they are. They are clockwork. I don't think clockwork is considered sentient. Clockwork are intricate, complex constructs that can be programmed to perform specific functions. A clockwork creature must be wound regularly to function. They also need maintenance, which is one of the reasons that half of them are gone today.
Just wondering. Oh, we should probably all shrink our mini. No, we're all medium. Never mind.
Yep, nope, I think you guys are all good. Oh, no, Boar is huge for some reason.
It's just his anger.
I didn't do that.
Yeah.
Wasn't me.
Likely story.
Let's get everybody.
No, I'm pretty sure my character. I fucked my character sheet up, and I have to make my character again. But I'm going to do it later. I'm just going to keep rolling with it.
Why? What did you do?
I don't know, man. I think I still had the remnants of like class feats that I added and removed, or ancestry feats or something. I don't know. I did something fucky.
Okay.
But I'll fix it.
Well, if we see you rolling like plus 26 to some shit, we'll call you out on that. Don't worry.
No,
No,
I
that's
think
not-
it's just like some weapon proficiency craps that.
No, your weapon proficiencies are perfect. They line up with what a fighter gets.
Okay.
You should have the 3 expert and the one that's just trained. Simple, martial, and unarmed, you're an expert, and advanced, you should have as trained as a fighter. You are hunky dory, Mr. Borser.
Mm. Okay.
The clockworks do not seem to make any notice of you at all.
Okay.
They are doing their job. If they hear the siren go off, they will come in. If you start walking up to the door and start drawing a gun, they might come at you. But right now, they're holding their own. What would you guys like to do?
The best we can.
I'm just gonna take a pass down the street and just kind of walk around and look at everything.
I'm looking at him. Have I had any? Well, can I recall knowledge when we're not in combat? That'd be cool.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna use my Bry lore on them to suss out, if I know anything else about them, any weaknesses, or you said they need maintenance. That's kind of a bit of a help. I'm not sure what my DC is, and it's a custom lore. It's its own thing. So let's see what we get. Yep, that's made of metal.
That's what you know. That right there.
Nice. Do I have any per? I have the underworld lore skill. Is there anybody like maybe I've heard talk of like weaknesses for these things, that sort of thing? People might have tangled with these things before. What would my underworld lore tell me?
Send you a lore spell.
Does it? Welcome, it says I'm untrained. Oh, it's because you have. It's just flat lore.
Oh,
Right.
I forgot. Yeah, you're gonna just have to roll that one. I'll have to calculate it.
I
How
can
do you
just add my.
send? How do you send
can
those
just add my
over,
bonus to it.
Jemmet, when we're playing? How do you send over lore rolls?
If
Do I have
the
to add
lore,
them custom?
yeah,
Okay, we'll add the custom ones later.
Yeah, I'll just put my modifier in the box and then.
Yeah, because I think I should have another.
Ah,
I think I should have another lore.
baloney.
you adding plus 14?
Yeah. how
What?
did it plus 14.
He added it and then added it.
Oh, it
yeah, I
added
think
it twice,
twice. Yeah.
It did.
I'm like, holy, like, is this first edition? Because now,
I just thought you were really good at it.
Yeah.
I do have a
no.
+7,
Yeah.
That is pretty good.
Yeah, that is still pretty good, but
so that would have given me a 9.
yeah,
But so not good enough.
You've never heard of anybody taking them on. Let me double check. Yeah, no, there isn't much that you can pull up either. What was your question, Bor?
I was looking at the ancestry feat or whatever that thing is that I picked, and it says I can get 2. It's like I think I need another lore proficiency, because here I'll do the feature bonk. No, that's the wrong bonking thing. There's
That bunk?
that's
Okay.
that's the bunking thing.
I can cast guidance on you, and it's verbal with a range of 30 feet. It operates a little differently than you enjoyed in 5th edition.
Yeah, so
Here, it's just a
you
+1
get 2.
status bonus.
You get 2.
So then how does one add 2?
The little box in the lower left of your interface.
In my
Fantasy Grounds interface.
Bottom left-hand corner, all the way
no,
down.
No.
Next
no,
to your
no,
dice.
No.
Thanks,
Stop.
guys.
Stop.
No, don't though. Don't do it.
Oh, go to your character sheet.
Don't do it.
Oh,
Go
sorry.
to skill. There's a plus, a minus, and one that says LO in the middle. Click the one that says LO, and then click on where it says lore, hit enter, and type in which one you want.
I'm gonna write firearm since the setting, and I've already, I work in a what's it, so I'll. And then I'm.
Should be able to-
And I'm. Am I automatically trained in it then?
Whoops.
Oh wait,
Wait, that's stupid. That's not supposed to be.
yeah, no.
Yes, you are trained in that. Why did it gave you another lore skill, but it didn't?
Yeah, no, I got it. No, I did it.
Yeah. Oh, you did it. Yes, as long as it has that T next to it, it means you're trained. Yes. And then you go up at second level, you automatically go up to expert in both your engineering and your firearms. Isn't that fancy?
I hope to make it that far.
One of the things you guys do, well, let's see actually if anybody notices this. Send out a select all.
Weren't we just gonna go in and rob the place? Probably just punch him.
Success. You all notice that the that the constructs are not armed with any type of gun or anything of that nature. They have long spears and they are carrying like whip-like ropes on their side. Boar, you can actually, as the one turns to scan the street, you can actually make out a small hole in its back that you can see the teeth of a gear, which is actually where they are wound up every single day.
So, what's the plan?
I'm gonna spring the trap.
What's the plan?
There is no plan.
I thought there was actually like we're supposed to walk in, grab this dude's key.
Oh yeah. We gotta walk in and find this dude and take his key. Yeah.
Yeah, and is the bank open right now?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, that's what I thought. We're just walking in.
Yes. If you wanted to, correct.
Man, look at me.
Or maybe posters of us up by the door,
We got to have a disguise. I don't even look like this.
Okay.
I disguise myself to look just like Shemet.
Hey!
Kidding. I'm kidding.
That's
I
your
totally
idea.
don't look like Shemet.
No, we want the hats for when we run away. We can look like us now. They might be scared of us. They may just give us the money because we're outlaws.
Oh, I gotta put myself on the
We're desperate
grid
men.
square. There we go. I'm gonna go to the counter and pick up a deposit slip and a pen and pretend like I'm filling it out.
Show up as...
For those of you kids at home watching, we used to have to walk inside banks and do stuff.
The worn stone floors and threadbare furniture define the aesthetics of this establishment. A central wooden table crosses parallel to the doors, creating a barrier between those waiting for a teller and the long wooden half wall bisecting the room into the north and south. The iron bars stand on top of this half wall and reach nearly to the ceiling, ending in sharp points. you can hear the sounds of people, of more or less business occurring inside. But you can hear people talking, the bank tellers, things of that nature. The southern half of the room consists of the teller stations and 2 wooden doors flanking a large metal vault door on 6-inch thick hinges. A single door in the half wall allows for passage between the 2 halves of the chamber. A double door opens to the north outside, which is where you guys just came in, while doors in the northwest and northeast lead to 2 other offices.
And I'm sorry, I missed it. The vault is on the southern wall, or
Correct.
where was the vault?
Vault
Okay.
is, I'm going to put a arrow
Okay.
here for you, Mr. Thunder. That is the bank vault door right there.
Oh, look, there's a. I'm gonna go sit down on the couch. Oops. I didn't mean to drag myself there. I meant to drag myself there. Now I'm canceling the whole thing. Nope, you got it. Okay,
I
cool.
wanna be inside.
I totally was doing all
I'm gonna
kinds
be
of
right
cookies.
here.
Let's call the whole thing off.
I think I'm gonna. I'm going in with my hat, and I'm looking like I'm like portly and sweating, and like I got like this really big mustache, you know.
Oh, I just look like me.
So, you know, Key, that this door right here on the southeastern side, is actually Dresch's office.
Okay, I'm gonna casually make my way in there. I think I got jammed up on a wall before.
Well, you'd have to jump up on the counter. That's the counter. That's why there's all those black spaces. So are you jumping in through the bank teller window?
No, I wanted to come up and stand next to my compatriots here. I can't.
I
Tell
mean, if
what's
we
in
have to.
Here, I'll let you. Can you just move me up next to Shemet?
Yes, I
Shemet,
can.
thanks. Because
Let me know when you want me to start breaking something. Just give me the word.
so
People keep their money here, and they think it's safe.
We
Yeah,
should remedy them of that perspective.
I keep mine under my mattress.
so yeah,
Tell
did
You
we
tell anybody, I'll kill you.
Oh, I was
did we
gonna.
take any time
There's-
to plan anything
I was
before
gonna
we
move
came in?
Thunder
here?
No, I
back
asked
out of
if
the bank
anybody
after
had
doing
any
that.
questions or what you guys were doing, and you guys
But
made
they're-
bombs that night, and then I put you out there.
Yeah, they're letting us walk in here armed, though. That's the part I'm just wanting to make sure that I have
Mhm,
everything.
mhm.
Okay.
This
'Cause
is
so
kinda
are
like a
half the
Wild
people
West
in
setting
there.
kind of thing. Yeah, this is
Okay.
kind of
There's
a Wild,
actually
Wild
there's
West
actually
Yeah.
there's actually about a dozen patrons in there, as well as the 3 tellers.
It looks like a hayseed bank. Hell, it is a hayseed bank. Okay.
Who is going to approach the teller, or exactly how are you guys going to pop off this wonderful job you're about to do?
These pens are attached to the table with chains.
I'm just gonna casually walk over here, like I should, like I'm supposed to, like I own the place, right? Just gonna walk over there. No, look, this is D-Man's office.
His office is straight ahead from you. Where you are right now is actually one of the bank teller windows. His
Oh.
office is actually like right there.
Oh,
From
okay. I
there.
gotta go. We gotta get behind the counter.
Yeah,
Okay.
you'd have to get behind the counter. That's why I was asking you, like, are you jumping up through
Yeah.
the bank
Well,
teller
how do-
window?
Is there a back door?
Would you like to subtly signal a withdrawal so that you can plan?
Yeah. Now that we've got some.
There
Now that
is a
we've walked
door.
in and cased the joint, let's just go back up.
This right
Don't you
here,
have an ability for theorems and stuff?
this
Yeah,
door
yeah, I do.
on the west side where the arrow is pointing? That is the door that takes you to the back side where the bank tellers are.
Oh,
That's what
that's the
gets you to
door.
the other side.
Oh, well, yeah.
I
in that
prepared
case-
my spells while you were describing the bank, so I have spells now. Just should we need them?
Good.
And no way to set a party member on fire. I just want to put that
Yet.
out there.
I've got that covered.
I know that's somebody else's job this time.
So there's some things about my class that I still got to figure out. Obviously, this is all new to me, right?
Uh-huh.
So like I have this underworld investigator thing, right? Which refers to my being able to pursue a lead. Like this guy's my lead, right? The key. I need to get the key from this guy. Like I'm pursuing a lead on how to get this guy. So I'm going to use my investigative knowledge to do so, right? So I just need to learn more about how that pursue a lead thing works.
As an investigator,
Trying to
makes you
look that
familiar
up
with
right
the
now.
criminal element. You might be a criminal yourself, or you might have gained an understanding of how they operate from the outside world. You became trained in underworld lore, and you gain your pursue a lead circumstance bonus to a thievery check to investigate the subject or pick a lock open a safe with damning documents. Okay, so you would get your you would get the pursue a lead bonus if you were looking, if you're trying to get a steal. Yeah, that one wouldn't really necessarily apply
Not right
to
this
getting
second.
that from him, because at this point you're not. I mean, you could possibly do it if you wanted to attempt to pick open rather than get the key from him, which is a possibility if you guys wanted to come back at night. But again, these the clockworks there'll be more of them afternoon at this point. That's why there's only a couple outside at this point. They standardly run with about 6 in here.
Well, I was thinking like what I can use my pursue a lead for is to devise the best method to casually sneak through this door without anybody noticing, right?
Well, the only way standardly, or the only way that you would really normally go back there is if you were a worker. There's the break room, the vault, and the main office. So you would need a way to convince them that you were one of the workers. I mean, you do have the Hat of Illusion. If you wanted to go out and around the corner, you could try to make yourself look like you're wearing a bank uniform and come back in and attempt to
Can't you make
weasel
yourself
your
look
way
like
back
what's his
there.
nuts?
Yeah, that's, you know what?
I mean,
I saw that dude earlier.
Oh yeah,
I'm
you
gonna
know who
come.
it is.
Yeah, I'm gonna go out, and then I'm gonna come back in looking exactly like that dude, and just walk in, and go to the go to that door, like like I'm supposed to. I work here.
All right, so
It's
your
my,
office.
I'm going to my office. Yeah.
I'm gonna move you back in.
Mhm.
Get you to there. I'm going to give you a low roll as a circumstance bonus, since you are, or a low target rather, since you are using the hat with the illusion. We're gonna send that over.
Okay. I have succeeded. Good morning,
Ooh,
Mr.
you
Fishman. I just nod because I can't. They don't sound like him, right? So I'm just like clear my throat and just nod.
Yeah, no, you don't look anything. You don't sound anything like Dresh. Here, let's send over a picture of what Dresh looks like.
Oh my gosh, yeah, I'm
Right
definitely
home.
not trash. Yeah.
Yeah, it's the first time you've looked like the rest of the party though. This whole thing. So you walk up and
Now we're talking.
Dresh is actually a female dwarf as well, so your voice is definitely off. But one of the tellers comes over. Oh, Mrs. Dresh, let me get that for you.
I just nod.
Does that mean there's a Mr. Dretch?
It's still that other guy.
It's me, idiot. Quit your hand off me.
I know, I'm creeping in behind you.
I get out.
It's take your priest to work day, right?
Oh, I mean, give me one of your underworld lore rolls there. Lore underworld.
You want me to just roll
There,
it?
key. Yeah, please.
Ooh, is that a crit success?
So you figure, that you could probably sneak him back, make it sound like the Temple of Bry is doing an investment or something like that. So are you going to head back to your office with him?
Absolutely.
We can discuss our endowments.
I'm going to you to here. Don't open that door yet.
Ooh,
You
ooh.
to there.
I'm trying not to whistle and look nonchalant because, I'm not real, like, deceptive or socially gracious.
Please, just to look like you belong.
And as you open up the door, Dresh is sitting on the other side of her desk where she jumps up, grabs her whistle, and gets ready to blow it. This is where we will be rolling initiative as soon as we come back
Excellent.
from this 10-minute break. We appreciate you all for joining us so far as we are taking our first steps into Pathfinder outside of when we played the beginner box a couple months ago. We will see you all in just a few.
Bye.
And we go. All right, everybody, welcome back. Thank you for watching us again as we are getting ready to roll into combat. Dun dun dun.
Mr. DM, I moved. Can I be where I was before combat, please? I didn't. Or is that not such a request?
You can request to move back to where it was so I can approve it because I don't remember where that was.
I was here.
Yep, that sounds right. That looks right.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. DM. Thank you, Mr. Papa DM.
You're very,
I'll
very
call you by
welcome.
your full name.
By your government name.
Yeah.
All right. And leading us off at the top of the round is Urkham Dresh, who is not happy.
I disbelieve.
No.
I disbelieve.
Sound issues?
Sound issues? My chat was paused. No, I do not have any sound issues. Did you have sound issues?
I was pantomiming what the Sirenscape is doing. It's just a bunch of.
Yeah, I've been very good at resisting the temptation to do the same.
Oh, sorry. You know
Oh,
me.
no.
I impulse control is a thing people want me to work on. I don't want to. But you know, here we are.
Alright.
Eric, you're muted now too.
Oh, sorry. This fight scene in
Yeah.
is killing me, man. Totally.
Cathartic, that's a good word.
This is
'Cause
just
I
like
just
the
pick-
normal soundtrack in this part of town during the day. You know?
So
Well, 'cause
Is she blowing her whistle?
no, first thing she does is pulls her flintlock pistol,
Oh, okay.
and then she's going to fire once at Mr. Key at the door with her second action.
Yeah, she can use her last action to go feck herself.
Seriously.
Sorry, just trying to be on the side of the party.
It's only 1 hit points of damage. Everything's gonna be fine.
What points do I have?
That was it.
Yeah,
I'm
she
like-
rolled
I
a
just
D4
stopped. I'm
and
like, that was it? Okay.
You call that a puncture wound.
And then she begins screaming, "Help! Get them! Get them!"
I think that's the
point,
signal.
That is the cry of the deep doo-doo bird.
If I know my cousin, that's the signal. That's the line. That's
good,
the line.
That's good.
Nice. Glad we workshopped that. We landed well.
That's the line.
All right, we'll fix it in the post.
I look over to the thunder and say, if I knew me cousin, that's the signal.
at that point, the gentleman sitting on the couch next to you, the Thunder, pulls out a club and says, "You've messed with the wrong bank." And he begins to walk towards there, not aware that you're part of this group yet.
Excellent.
And now it is your turn, Mr. Thundersuit.
the Thunder's turn. Oh, darn it.
I
Well,
wasn't planning just to come in here and murder these people.
we are
Let's see how that's-
way
no,
slower in this edition, but that's fine.
That's fine.
I'm gonna have to do, I think, one stride and then half a stride, and then can I use, I think, disable? I'm gonna answer this question myself because I think I just saw the rules for this.
I can
Yes.
read.
I can read, and there's so much to read in this. Oh man!
What?
Disable devices 2 actions.
Well,
Oh,
yeah.
Can you start? Can I just lock the door? I mean, is there a lock? Is there a
you
lock
can,
on the
you
inside?
can, you can close the door and hold on to the other side, and I'll give you a contested check if they try to open it from the other side.
Well, let's start that way. Let's start there. And then maybe next time I can use 2 actions to.
Boop, boop. And there goes the door. The door is closed. What's happening on the other side of the world? No one.
And is there just like how does it lock though? And because I still have an action,
Mm-hmm.
can I just lock it? Is there like a bar, or is there?
There is a crack. No, you use a stride and a half. Get there.
Yes.
2 actions.
So
One
that's
to,
two
and then 1 to
actions.
close it.
So then I
And then
have
one to close.
1 to close it. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Because if it was just it's plus it's 2 doors, so definitely
Cool.
an action to close both. Interact.
Yeah, yeah.
For
I'm still getting used to how things flow.
can I help
Yeah.
something real fast?
Yeah.
That when you close the door, you use an interact action, which is a type of action, and even if you have 3 actions, you can't do more than one of a single type of action. So you couldn't drink a potion and close a door because they're both interact actions, even though
Yeah,
That is a
interesting. Okay.
fantastic thing to know. I did not know that rule.
I'm pretty sure I got that right. And I'll double check, but
That
that's
sounds
Learning all the time. Learning all the time.
I ain't looking that up. I'm gonna.
same with keyword traits. Keyword traits like flourish or like certain moves you get. You can only do once as part of the thing.
Muglin'll pay us well, says another one of the white-collared criminals who goes running and jumps up through there and pulls out his club, ready to attack, hoping to collect a little bit of silver on your head. Jam it.
Oh, you've done made a feckin' mistake, buddy.
I'm gonna turn around and unwind his clock. Yeah, let's try something I haven't done in Pathfinder 2nd Edition. Play a cleric. So I've been running it for a little bit, but this is real exciting for me because I have a spell prepared that I want to see how it works. I've never seen it, and in all the actual plays I've listened to, I haven't seen anybody do it at first level. So I'm gonna go ahead and he's trying to amble up like what we got here, like a Brooks Brothers riot kind of thing. Is he just hopping through here in a business suit? Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see how he
His
feels.
suit, and as he starts to climb through, his third action was reaching in and pulling out a small billy club that he had hidden under his jacket.
Oh, fantastic. No, that makes it even better. I'm going to whip around and hit him with a Ray of Enfeeblement. Athleticize this. Drop that fortitude saving throw on him there. See how he does. Oh, it looks like he failed.
Yes,
Well,
he did fail.
He's
so
enfeebled.
the cool thing about spells is they have crit fails, crit success. There's 4 degrees of success: success, fail, crit success. And a basic failure, he becomes enfeebled 2. So I'm gonna drop enfeebled on him, but you might have to
I'm gonna have to
monkey
adjust
with it in the combat tracker. Yeah, totally. And it's fire and forget lasts a minute, so enjoy that. Got that going for you. Yeah, crit fail would have been enfeebled 3. And what the enfeebled condition does is I believe it lowers all of your strength-based things like
Yes,
melee
you take a
attacks.
status penalty equal to the condition value to strength-based rolls and DCs, including strength-based melee attack rolls, strength-based damage rolls, and athletic rolls. So
Yeah.
we're gonna adjust that number for you to a good old number 2.
Show her that big old debuff.
And now math
My third action,
will be done
for my
us
third
by
act,
fantasy grounds.
it's awesome, isn't it? My third action is to draw my shield. Now, I don't have another action to do what I would like to do, which is raise my shield, because that makes your armor class go up by 2. Just having a shield on your arm isn't enough in this. I tell you, my friend Boris the Fighter, because this is your wheelhouse.
Thank you.
But when you have your shield raised, then you can use your reaction to do something called shield block, which is basically cower behind it, throw your weight behind it, take the brunt of it, and send the damage to the shield instead of you. And then the hardness of the shield can help you mitigate the damage incoming. But that's more of a
Also
long-term plan.
Destroy your shield as well.
That's why I bought a
You may
steel
have to
one, buddy.
replace it.
Yeah, steel shields. are
If you look on your character
Yep.
sheet, Bor, and go under the Actions tab and scroll to the, or actually you don't have to scroll to the top. Right underneath your name where it has Initiative AC, there's a little dot there that says Shield Raised. If you spend an action to raise your shield, you just hit that button and it checks it, and
Okay.
you can see it moves your AC up by 2 when you do that.
Okay.
Um,
might have to script in the shield because I have
You
I
have
have a dueling cape which works like a shield, but it doesn't have the fiddly bits like in Fantasy Grounds to make it happen.
I might be able to help you with that later.
Yeah. So I should be able to hit the shield raise and like use it to soak a +1 circumstance bonus to my AC. Deception checks to feint until it's somebody's turn.
Like the image of wrapping the cloak around the incoming rapier or their arm to keep them from hitting you.
Yep.
So
you put a +1 to AC when you wrap that thing around your arm.
Yeah.
So this white collar criminal 3, where were they and where did they come from?
They were mixed in with the people, and then as everybody started to scatter when she yelled out, you notice that the 4 of them are wearing suits that are very much alike, and they started to pull out billy clubs, and the one yelled out that they would take you for Mugland. They haven't noticed you yet, because you haven't had an action yet.
And then does moving diagonals?
Yes, and Fantasy Grounds will automatically calculate it for you. First
So,
one's
like-
5, second one's 10. Next one's 5, next one's 10.
The hypotenuse has been invented in Galarian.
Okay,
That's
so
15.
I want to run up to this guy.
So
and I
that's
wanna-
one stride action. You have 2 actions left.
All right. Presumably, I have to draw my weapon then.
That would be your second action. And then
Okay.
your third, if you're going to attack with it,
I
you're going
am.
to use the number under the attacks that is on the far left.
Where? On my action
Actions
Under
tab,
actions,
yeah.
correct.
That part should
So,
be familiar.
Which weapon are you using? Your great axe? Yeah?
Uh-huh.
So you're going to drag that +9 and drop it on him.
A plus what?
+9.
9.
9. Oh, look at that. You got a critical with your first hit. Lucky you. Hit him. Hit him.
Cool. So then I just drop the damage on him.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
And it's
I
going to do
love
all the
this.
math for us. That's not the right damage.
That is, yeah, you just
What's
critted
that
with your,
name?
that was your clan
Oh,
dagger.
I fucking dropped the clan dagger on it.
Which is funnier.
And you still killed him.
Punched it
Oh,
into his
yeah.
head like a melon.
Never mind. I'm not even going to heal him. He's dead. We're just, yeah.
Yeah, because that should have been 1d12. That should have been 2d12 plus 4.
2d12. Yeah. He
I
would have
fucked up.
exploded.
Holy
It doesn't matter. He's so exploded.
That's a lot of damage.
And then I start smiling. And then presumably that's all I can do, I think, right? Because that's how
2, 3.
this game works.
You can do 3 things every round.
Correct. That's all 3
Some
of your
things
things.
take more than 1 action. But yeah.
Those are all 3 of your actions.
And I'm gonna make
Yes.
this your guys' responsibility until I have an understanding. So thanks for that too.
I advanced the
Appreciate
combat
it.
tracker. Key, it is your
Thanks,
turn.
brother.
All right. We are going to. What are we gonna do? I'm gonna use my interact to wrap my cape around my arm.
I'm just going to give you a temporary +1 to your AC. Okay.
Yeah, cool. That'll work. And then I'm gonna step into the room, so my friend here can get behind me if need be. And I'm gonna use an intimidation check to demoralize. So basically, I'm gonna shake their resolve. I can use a
Target's roll
a sudden shout, a well-timed taunt, or a cutting put down. Oh, here, you know what? I'm just going to drop this in the chat so everyone can see what the demoralize action does.
Yeah, it's awesome.
It's against his will DC, so let me check her statistics. Alright, and I will send you that. Take it, see.
Like listen, just give us the key.
And you said you were using intimidation?
Yeah, I'm gonna intimidation, demoralize. Yep.
Well, that doesn't go to the whole party. That only goes to key. There you go, sir.
I hope you crit success.
That would be cool.
Pretty good though.
Success is a success. So
Muglin will find you. And she takes the key off and throws it across the desk, and it skitters to the floor at your feet. It doesn't interact to pick it up. That was 1, 2, 3 actions. Yes, boy.
yeah, that's fine.
Yes,
It's
Bor.
at my feet, and I'll pass
Did
it.
you drop frightened on her?
Oh, I can do that, right? Or he has to. Yeah.
Yeah, because it's a skill-based one. He has to spells. There's scripting for it.
I think I saw your hand up. Is that correct, sir?
Yep, I dropped this combat assessment feat that I have, and it uses the language telegraphed strike and a telegraphed attack, and I don't know what that means.
It means you like make an overly exaggerated attack, so your enemy knows exactly what you're doing. Like you're selling the attack to try and draw them into something.
Well, so then does that do something to my roll?
Anytime you hit them,
You could
you can
attempt to
immediately
recall
instead
knowledge.
of using an action to recall knowledge.
Yes. You can. Yeah. Instead, so you can tell me that you'd like to attempt to recall knowledge. Recalling knowledge is dependent on what type of creature it is. There's all different kinds. In this case, him being a criminal, it would probably actually fall under Underworld, if not the other item that it could be. Let me bring up my
That's
list. I have the creature skill pinned in Tom's other game because I play a mastermind who's constantly pulling this happy horse shit.
It's like a rook with a sprinkle of investigator in it, kind of.
So it would be a society skill to try to figure out how to hurt a humanoid. So if you don't have society skill, I mean, you could still attempt it, but you may not get anything out of it.
Okay.
Okay?
Cool. Next time.
All right. And let's get back to the combat tracker. We don't have to worry about him because he's dead.
And
He's
skills
dying.
The skills are much more in depth than Pathfinder. Like you open up each of those skills, and there's like a whole menu of different things you can do with them.
Cool.
The one just on the other side of the wall from you, or throws his club at you because he doesn't want to get anywhere near you. Misses terribly.
And
There's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. The door is still open. 5, 10, 15,
Oh,
20, 25. He's
Unplug my
trying to
headphones.
he's trying to run away, but somebody's blocking the main door. I told you, just take the key and get out of here. Nobody else has to die. Arkham Dresh backs up 5 feet, bumping into the bookcase behind her. Hands in the air. We're going to send a couple rolls real quick. Let's click on that guy. Let's click on that guy. Let's click on that guy. Let's click on this. Setting DC because we're doing these oppositions. As the door begins to wiggle in your hand, the thunder. He pops it open, but unfortunately it took him 2 actions to make it all the way to the door and 1 door to attempt to open it, so he doesn't get to do shit. Except stare at you through an open portal. White collar criminal number 1. He's, let's give him a good old fashioned whiz check. Check here, because he just watched his friend get. Yeah, no. He drops his club on the ground and begins backing.
Where are you going?
With his hands up. I don't know. I don't want to get any problems. I don't have any problems. The thunder.
Oh, okay. Here we go. So this thing pulled the door open.
Mm-hmm.
Can I close the door?
Yeah, it's an interact to reclose it.
And then I guess I gotta look at something. I'm gonna attempt to answer this question with my eyeballs.
Is this disabled device
Please
again?
stand by.
Yeah, it's like I'm picturing you like shoving a crowbar into the two
I
pieces of the door
I
so
wanted
it
to
can't be
make
opened.
sure, basically, yeah, or like, you know, bringing over this this metal standing ashtray over there. It's so I guess manipulate is different than interact. That's my guess. I was making sure that disable a device wasn't an interact, but it isn't. So I would like to use my thievery to attempt to disable the door so that it does not open anymore.
How would you like to? How would you like to do that? Do you have any descriptives you'd like to that you're attempting to do with it, or are you just trying to like break the doorknobs off and hope that they can't kick it in?
I mean, if there's something like there's nothing on the map, right? But I don't know if there's actually anything in the environment that could be used, could lend itself. Because the whole time he was sitting on that couch, he was thinking about how he was going to do it. So whatever it is, he would have already had a plan for, you know, mashing up the door. But I don't know what's in the environment, whether something there could be used or whether, you know, I could just jam the hinges or whatever.
So you run over, and you remember Thor saying, "Look at these pens; they have chains on them." And you snap the pen off and wrap it around the handles,
Perfect.
locking up the two handles together so that they're chained and pushing against each other.
Excellent.
It's so ridiculous. It's
The
awesome.
GM should get a hero point for that.
Totally. You get inspiration.
Well, it's been an hour since we started the combat. I'm actually going to give the Thunder one for his critical success and coming up with the plan to jam them outside the door. Anything else, Thunder? You good?
I have advanced the combat tracker because that has all 3 actions.
This guy goes to... First, he's going to attempt to throw his club at you, Jeanette. Critically misses. Hits himself in the foot. Just kidding. Just kidding. Let's make sure that this applied the plus. Applied the -2 for the enfeebled. So he stumbles back off. He's able to keep his balance, but he's obviously not doing well, and he begins backing up as well with his hands in the air. Jemet, it is your turn.
Okay. To clarify what I was saying before, an interact is a type of action that has the manipulate tag. That's what I was trying to say. So like interacting with something, but disable device is a manipulate action as well. So that everything was done by the rules. I was just clarifying what I said before because I was like, oh, I think that might be misleading. All right, back in character. That's right. You are a clock of poor design. And I do a quick glance over my shoulder to hear if I hear the sound of Key bleeding. And is Criminal 4 trying to leave by that door there or something?
Yeah, he has his hand on the door, and as you said that, he looked over his shoulder at you, and his eyes got wide. He's like about to attempt to open that door and book.
All right, my shield is drawn. I'm going to move up, and double stride to him, and just stand next to him. Has he still got his club, or did he throw his?
He's got his club in his hand.
Okay, and then I'm going to raise my shield.
Oh no, I'm sorry. He threw his club. I'm sorry. He did throw his club. That's right.
Okay.
He threw his club at Boring and ran away.
They're all scared of me.
Then I will draw my light hammer. I'll draw my light hammer and just say stand down. I'm not making it a demoralize action or anything like that, but then I'll arm myself. Okay, I'm done. I'm having a good time, by the way.
Oh, thank
Really-
you. I
really
hope
enjoying
everybody's
this.
having a good time.
Mhm.
I'm going to give this gentleman a strength check. Well, he's not really a gentleman. He's more of an automaton. As you hear the door,
Ooh.
and He pries it just a little bit, but not enough to open it. He did do some damage to the chain that is holding the door closed.
He's like the Terminator 2. Can't be stopped.
With a flaccid 20.
hmm
Boar, it is your turn.
Okay, so criminal number 2, weaponless, hands up, pants wet.
Do you want to use an action to see?
No, but those
Can use
first,
an
but those
action to
first,
demoralize him.
but those first 2 are true, right? Those first 2 are true. His hands are up.
and he hands up and he's backing away. Yes.
What about criminal 1?
All the criminals are hands up and backing away at this point after you cut one of them down in one broad slice, and he is now 2 smaller criminals of half size.
So did we just walk in here and just start murdering people?
It
Somebody
looks like some
did.
of us did. Some of us did.
No one told me not to. So when
To be fair, I didn't really know you before I brought you on the job. That's probably my fault. An oversight on my part.
This is why you always vet.
we were told we were going to get enough money to solve this problem. So I just figured there'd be enough money to solve this problem too.
I was promised my body weight in gold.
Were you?
Those words were spoken.
I heard him. So these guys aren't fighting anymore.
No.
Some of them are bleeding.
Some are just sleeping at this point.
Yeah.
Is that guy like dead?
You cut him in half.
Yes.
What do you mean is he fucking
Oh yeah,
dead?
he's dead.
His brains laying all over the stairwell.
You went so beyond his level 0 hit points that, like, I'm not even sure if there's spine keeping the top half connected to the bottom half anymore. You may have ripped right through that too.
You ever see Bone
if you
Tomahawk?
do you want to spend an action to do a medical check to see if his spine is still one piece?
No, you know what?
Maybe later.
Maybe later. Is there like a prepare my mind and my body for further tomfoolery from some other motherfuckers? Is there like an action that allows me to do that?
You can help hold his door shut.
Oh, okay. Sure,
There is
I'll
like
help
a
him
ready
hold
action.
I'll help him hold the door shut.
There is a hold type action. It actually takes 2 actions to activate, and then it uses your reaction to be able to do it. Okay? Now, there are reactions in this game, but one thing I do want to point out, especially for board, is attacks of opportunity. Not everybody has them. You
He
have
does.
one because you're a fighter, but most people do not, including monsters. Some monsters do. Some monsters
special.
do. This is a game of
You got
fuck
levels.
around and find out.
Okay, neat. Okay.
Alright?
So I'm gonna move up next to the thunder.
And you could ready an attack action if anything opens the door. And then you can use your reaction to take an action when its triggering event it happens. It's called ready. There's delay, ready.
So the next time one of those clockwork zombies have the door open, I can whack them?
Yep.
I have enough bing bong points to do that?
It's okay. So the ready action takes 2. You used 1 to move up to the door, and you could stand there basically with your weapon. And if they open the door, you then use your reaction to make the attack action.
I want to do that.
Fighters control the battlefield by presence of their being.
I like the sound of that. I do that.
Straight big D energy.
Big dwarf energy.
It should be big
Alright,
feet energy.
So everybody can see at home the rule on Archives of Nethys that for ready, you can see the 2 boxes that are on the screen. That means that it takes 2 actions. That shows you rules or show up on the player's character sheets as well to help you figure out how things are done, whether they're 1 action, 2 action, or 3. Alright. Get to the map. Alright, so you ready your action to chop something if the door gets popped open more? Alright, Key.
Me, what?
The other Key.
I was reading, man.
Reading is fundamental.
It is. Don't spoil my good time. All right, so what's her nuts? Ikram Dresh is in fact the subject. She is the lead that I was pursuing because that's how my character class works. So, as a free action, I'm going to devise a stratagem. And devising a stratagem does not have a little white box next to it, so I can't share it with everybody. But once per round, I can assess my foe's weakness in combat and use them to formulate a planned attack. So I can choose this creature and roll a d20. And if I strike that character this round, I can use the roll of that d20 plus my intelligence modifier for the attack, as opposed to my strength or dexterity or whatever. So that's what I'm gonna do.
So
As a free action, I'm devising a strategy, right? Like point my sword cane out at Ikram Dresh. I can't remember that name for the life of me. I point my sword out at her as I and formulate my plan as my free action as I interact to pick up the key. Right, I go down and pick up the key, and then I lunge forward and make my attack by jumping up onto the desk. Let me roll my.
I created an action for you called Stratagem. If you roll that one, it has your strength bonus, your +4, so you can roll that first for your stratagem, and we'll know what that number is. And then that way, when you make your attack, if you want to replace it, you can.
Oh, okay.
Using your brains.
It's the same modifier. How's that the same modifier? My intelligence is a +4, so I don't know what.
That's what should be driving that.
Yeah, it should be getting a +4, which
is why
do
it
have
has
on it.
+4. Oh,
but I had
but
a-
you would use your dex too, so it would be a plus. Yeah, for the attack. Right.
Wait a minute, that's freaking useless because my proficiency already gives it a +7.
Well, sort of. It kind of gives you. It kind of gives you to a point. You can roll your stratagem first,
Yeah.
and if you get a high roll, then you can go in and attack and know that you have a high number that you can use against them, because it replaces your normal attack. If you low roll, you might say, you know what? I'm gonna step back a little bit so I don't get punched in the face.
Investigators are weird though in combat.
I-
They're a little goofy.
I just
they're
figured
neat.
out exactly what that means. Yes, thank you for explaining that. Now it's clear to me. But
So you
because
got a 15. Do you
attack in
really
my
wanna-
mind. Yeah, I do not like. So
Okay,
yeah,
so I canceled that move.
So here's what I'm gonna do. Like I point my sword cane at her, and I bend down, I grab the key as I'm looking, and I look like I'm gonna lunge towards her, and then I book out the door.
One action to pick up the key.
One action to pick up the key, and then I
think your
run out of the
stratagem is
door.
free. Oh no, devise
strat-
a stratagem is a action.
It's a free action because she was the subject of my investigation. She was my lead. That's how it's worded.
Oh yeah, okay. All right,
Sounds
yeah,
like
I'll
the
let
music's
that- I'll
coming
let
in a
that
little hot.
go. Yep, I'll let
Yeah.
that go.
So because I did all that, I'm gonna book out, and then I need to see what I see out here before I make my third action.
Okay. All right. Oh, that's what I misunderstood. The sirenscape was too loud.
Yeah.
I did not realize. Is that better? Okay. So 1, 2, 3, and that is it for Mr. Key.
Well, no. Now that I see
Oh no,
what's
that
going
was
on,
yeah.
yep. I can see white collar criminal 2 and 1, right?
You
I
can see
I
2.
that, yes.
You
All
can
right,
see
and I
1. They
Kermit.
both have their hands up, and you can also see number 4.
What is this door right here?
That's the door to the vault.
The one that I have the key for, right?
Yep.
Okay. All right, so I'm be like, I'm gonna use my another move action to run over here. I can't open the door yet, but I'm gonna get right in front of it,
Correct.
and I'm gonna tell Shemet as a free action, I guess. Hold him off. I've got the key. And that's my turn.
I'm already in position to do that. How about that?
Yeah, we
White
might
collar
need to find
criminal
another
4
exit.
He just
begins
moved me
to-
into the wall, and I just lost sight of everything. Just, just moved me out a little bit. There we go. Thanks.
The
Splinged.
criminal 4 backs away from you, Jemet, hands in the air, and as he leans against the wall, you see the forlorn puddle you were looking for, or actually Bor was looking for.
That's his
He
thing.
pees himself. You hear Urkham Dresch's door slam shut, and you make out the noise of a key turning and locking Urkham Dresch's door.
Locking herself in.
Uh-huh.
Good. That saves me the hassle. I thought about
Still
that
get
before.
XP for her though, right?
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Who's got the bag?
Oh,
I do.
Okay. I'm gonna need you.
Oh,
Yeah, so I'm gonna shout out like, the thunder, I need you.
boom,
guess
the
we'll
door
trade
pops
spots.
open. Bor, you can use your reaction if you'd like to make an attack at
I would love to.
one. Actually, you could make an attack at either one because you worded it as ready to attack if the door popped open. The door popped open, there's 2 of them.
So I can only see the one based off of, where
Attack
I'm
that
at or
one.
whatever. So I'm just going to attack him.
Okay.
So of the die that I have, which one do I, is that,
This
do I
would
just
be your
drop?
first attack this round, so it would be the highest number. You made no
Okay.
other
The one on
attacks
your
this
furthest
round.
left.
Correct.
Yeah,
That's a standard hit. May damage him when ready, so.
+9, huh? Dang.
cool.
You did more damage with your dagger.
Yeah. But,
Alright, so first things first. It's going to make a melee attack at the thunder. Oh, he missed the thunder. That doesn't automatically work. What else does he have? He's got to have something else.
You know what's funny to me is when I first moved here, the thunder was a local colloquialism referring to high quality marijuana. I'm bringing the thunder meant that.
Cool.
Awesome.
interesting.
Let's see, do we have a noise for this?
Seems
one?
somehow fitting.
Oh, there we go. Here's the noise.
I'd say
we
it's
were
actually
looking for.
helping inform some missing headspace for my character too. I appreciate
Whoa.
that.
The clockwork begins its siren, attempting to call others.
I
emitting
disapprove.
Loud, high-pitched bell-type noises.
That wasn't me.
Let's
Time's up.
hold on.
That had nothing to do with me attacking him.
Got something else going on here. So he is going to go into target mode. Where are my targets? Let's target. And then let's throw out our first save of the night.
Save.
Oof.
Did you guys get a save or no?
No,
No. Okay.
I did not receive any save.
Hold on.
Negatory.
Is that something that just targets the fortitude DC or?
Yeah, I'll send it over. I'll send it. That's not right.
I want to point out that I still look like Ikram Dresh because I'm still wearing the hat.
Oh, that's why. Son of a bitch, quick.
We all have to make the save?
Uh-huh.
Ooh.
It's anybody who can hear. Success, success, success. You guys can still hear other things besides the sound of the siren. The siren normally deafens you, so you guys would lose communication.
Not this team.
Not this team. Team Alpha Bravo, go.
We're all
Okay.
3.5 feet of badassery, so it's the
Right.
sounds go right over our heads.
Right. When the average height of the team is 4 foot nothing. Okay.
With the hat of disguise, it brings him down 1.5 feet. So
The thunder.
Okay.
Unfortunately, I have to be the center on our basketball team all the time.
all right.
All right, we're gonna do that, and then
Probably for the best with our 20 feet
That.
of movement.
Right. Maybe shot put would be a better sport for you
that's
guys.
one stride, and then that, and then that, and then
I'm just
that.
saying.
We're gonna revisit that.
2 strides, and then I imagine it's an
Maybe the hammer
interact
throw. Yeah.
action to just like take the bag and like slide it through the bars and across the counter to key.
Hold on. Just give me one moment.
Sure.
I like all those little wiggly
Oh.
movements.
What?
As you turn to walk
whoa.
away,
Hey.
the gold tank brokers actually have an attack of opportunity. We fucked around. We found out. They hit, and they have a automatic action, which is a...
To roll shit damage?
Well, yep, it
Thank
automatically
goodness.
rolled shit damage. But what it did do...
Still did 10 points, though. That's still a lot of damage.
Right.
You could have been dead just there.
Crits
That
are
could have been a
nasty.
one shot.
I could have been almost dead.
Oh.
He could have been dying.
I could have been almost dying.
Could have been dead like, but not quite.
Well, you could have
grabs
been
you.
gone.
He grabs you, so you're going to have to make an escape DC check if you would like to get out of him, as he gets a freebie grab whenever he does a melee attack.
What are the dice that I need to roll?
So let's go verify. Let's see, escape. Escape. So for an escape, it's typically an athletics DC, or you can use a thievery DC in some cases. Oh, thievery for if you're tied up, athletics if you're grabbed. So it will be an athletics check. And let me
Oh, didn't
see.
he use his rope thing?
What was that?
Or no, they didn't use the rope for that?
No, they grab you. He's got another special move that he does next if he has you grab
Cool.
called hog tie. Let's see if we can get to that.
Okay.
And then the one after that is kick the guy on the ground. No, I'm just kidding. It doesn't have kick the guy on the ground. I added that all by myself.
That's a custom. I wrote that macro myself.
So these clockwork guards, are they technically devices?
Correct.
Can they be disabled with the disabled device?
Yes, the disabled device, actually, that was the part that I described earlier, where you'd be able to wind them down, which takes hit points off of them. It more or less puts, it can get them close enough to actually put them in standby mode.
Cool.
Does that
Okay,
key that
so-
does that weigh less than 5 pounds? Asking for a wizard friend of mine.
Normally it says that you have to use thievery tools, so if you have a wizard friend with thievery tools, they could try it. You are able to escape, so there's your first action on your turn, because you went to turn and move. So there's your first action is escape. You have 2 left.
Okay. And I'll put that movement in there.
That is a double stride. Move.
Yes,
Did you
yes.
not jump over that thing? You can see over it. Could you not jump
No,
over
it's
it?
because he said there's bars going up to the ceiling
Oh, okay.
when he described it. I was listening for that.
I don't listen.
Strides.
That was like I was as soon as I saw it, I'm like, am I gonna have to jump over that counter? Oh, okay, no, it's not a possibility. Okay.
Jemet It is your turn.
Shim it, shim it.
So the Thunder did get hurt though, didn't he?
Huh? Which
Thunder
one?
did. The Thunder.
Mhm.
So
Yes.
when I look over at him, can I see his wounds, or do I have to make a medicine check to determine his level
No,
of
I'll say
hurtedness?
He's
that
Monty
you can see
Pythoning
his
out the top of
wounds.
his head.
I'll say you can see his wounds. I mean, as it went to grab him, it actually the reason that it critically hit was because its forearm crushed in his nose, so he's got blood in his beard a bit.
All right, then I don't know what they're dealing with out there. Like I don't, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm just watching this guy. I'm not watching him pee, but
I mean, kind
I'm just sort of like covering this location. So I'm going to use one action, or I'm going to use two actions to. Cool thing about the heal spell, Tyler, you've got a lot of experience playing clerics. The heal spell can be cast with 1, 2, or 3 actions. One action, it's a range of touch. 2 actions, it's a range of 30 feet, single target. 3 actions, it's a pulse that hits everybody in the AoE with positive energy.
Including the enemies.
It'll hurt undead, but it'll heal enemies that are alive, so it's not the right tool for this job. But the 2 action one is. So I'm going to go ahead and holla at your boy, a little bit of that. And that is... Spell has a range of 30 feet. If you're healing a living creature, increase the hit points restored by 8. So here you go, 1d8 plus 8.
Cool.
Damn. Nice.
And
Thank
are
you.
Back to normal.
Nice.
The Whisper in Bronze has decided that you'll feckin' live. And I look at the other guy and I go, "Rah," as I raise my shield with my last action.
Slightly
I don't know
bigger.
what that means, but thanks.
So my armor class goes from 17 to 19. And my turn is over. I will advance the combat tracker. Oh, you already did. I'm having a good time.
Attempt to hit Boar. Oh, he hits Boar. Boar has been bludgeoned as he reaches out and grabs onto Boar. As soon as I can grab that, I'll drop it on Boar. You have been grabbed. Now it is your turn, Boar, as you are held.
I would like to make an attempt to break this grab.
Okay.
Okay.
Send you a roll. No momento, por favor. Pew pew.
Dang.
Oh, don't forget you got hero points.
Sure.
Just
yeah.
point it out. You're sitting on 2 of them right now.
Sure.
Well, if you got 2, use one. But
Yeah.
save your last one because you can
Always-
use it to make yourself not dying. Very important.
Well, yeah, sure.
So on your character sheet at the did you
I only have 1. Yeah, no. Now I have 2.
Okay, now double click on the number 2. And it should do a pretty little thing, or maybe not. There it is.
Aha!
And then I sent you another roll. Look at that. It's so pretty.
Okay.
Aha! Success.
Now I want to smash him.
Okay.
So, because I rolled my attack of opportunity earlier, do I have to
No,
choose the other
sure.
dice?
Nope, it's your first attack of the round, so you use the first one, which is on the left.
Okay.
That is your second action. Your first was breaking free. Your second is attempting to hit him. You hit him.
Come on, dice.
Wow.
Partially resisted. Okay. What else would you like to do, Bor?
If you can attack him again if you want to use the second one.
And then you use the second number over, so it would be the
Yep.
+4.
Can I attack? Can I attack him in such a way? Do I still have enough shit to attack him in such a way that I can use my combat assessment?
Yeah, give me 1 second so I can look up exactly which thing we die for that. It's either Arcana or Crafting. Which would you like me to send you?
Crafting.
All right, send it over to you, sir. You realize that they're a little bit slow when they come back up after dodging a horizontal strike like that last one. So you flip over your great axe to bring it down on the back of his head. So you can add a +2. Let's see if you can hit him or if he tumbles out of the way.
Okay, so I'll add a
+2 to the modifier.
To the modifier, and then roll the second dice.
Correct. The
in
+4.
the.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Sure, I'll try that. Dang.
Oh, it's this.
Toss on that 20 for just a second there.
Yeah.
All right.
Cool.
Anything else, boy?
I don't. Do I still have? I still have an action still.
No, you broke free and you attacked twice.
I broke free. That's
Yep.
right. Okay, thank you. Yep. Okay, then that's it. Cool.
Beautiful.
That's it then.
Okay.
Key, it is your turn.
I'm gonna unlock the door.
That is one action.
Do
you
I have
like
to
to-
open it for a second action?
Correct.
Okay, I do that.
Come on, let me. Oh, hold on. I gotta back you up. Whose
Yeah, I
arrow
was gonna
is
say my
this?
token's in
Whose
the way.
arrow is that?
I don't know. Get that thing out of here too.
You're out of here. Oh, hold on.
Whoa! There's a disturbing lack of gold in that room.
On that table in the middle of the room, you see a highly ornate steel chest that is carved, as well as 2 more gold tank brokers in that room.
Oh shit. All right.
You have a third action. What would you like to do?
I don't know what I can do for a third action here. You know,
You could close the door again.
no, we need that money. That's the whole reason we came. I don't know. We just murdered people and like did all this stuff. We better
You
get something
murdered
out of
person. Murdered
Well,
person.
this. Oh, it's just one
Boar
person.
murdered person.
I still have that disguise hat. I could pretend that this is my normal hat, and I was wearing the disguise
Actually,
earlier. I was
That's
pretending to be bored.
Right. I
Mhm.
still look like
Trash.
from Dresh. So
From
I'm just gonna
Dresh,
walk
yeah.
right in. Boom. Right up to the table. And I'm gonna say to them, I'm gonna say to the robots, I'm like, they ran out the front door. You gotta go get them. Somebody attempted to rob us. Go get the people that ran out the front door.
1 second here. While I look something up. So 3, 13. Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's roll that to that. Let's do one of these. Whoops, wrong person. Please ignore that, Boar.
Ignoring mode on.
Default setting.
The 2 of them both turn their head and look towards the main entrance of the vault as you walk up. It seems like they may have bought your bullshit.
That's a turn.
Guy then goes into that corner and starts peeing, making another puddle in the other corner. White criminal
Dude,
number
how
4.
much did you drink before coming to the bank today?
Oh, he was hanging out at the water cooler when you guys came in. He likes the free little conical cups that they give you. And then we are at the top of round 3. We're going to take one more. I'm just going to call this a 5-minute break. And from there, we'll figure out whether we are going to continue on with this combat round or whether we're going to put it off to the next return, as we've kind of gotten to combat in a session 0, which wasn't expected. So we're going to take a 5-minute break, discuss our options, and we will be back with you all in a couple minutes. Appreciate you all hanging out, watching us, and following us, and all that fun stuff. Be back in a moment. Layouts don't want to change, so we'll do it manually. Okay, we're back. We're live. Yep, all the sound is correct. Let's see if we can get to one that actually has a map. All right. So, at the beginning of the third round, there is a noise that comes from outside on the street, and you hear the sounds of marching shield marshals and a familiar voice. Set up a perimeter. Find out who is in there. Deputy Lovelace is arriving with the shield marshals out front. It's time to make your escape out the back door. That's where we'll pick up in 2 weeks. When we come back, we appreciate you guys all hanging out. I'm sorry we're jumping out right after a break. I do want to go around kind of and pick people's brains a little bit. The Thunder, how did you think tonight's game went so far?
That was fun. Yeah, it was a good time. I think I know I'm included in the group of folks that's still getting used to how the action economy differs in Pathfinder from D&D 5th edition. Yeah, it's a good time. I think I have high hopes for our chances of survival.
Yeah, a few things to definitely do some homework on as far as crafting and reagents on my part as well. Now that we know what characters we have, only so much can be committed to memory at a time. But I promise I'll have more answers for you next time.
Okay, cool. I'll try and do my own homework too.
Key, how was everything tonight? Any questions? Any?
No, I'm loving it. I just got to get familiar with what my character can and can't do.
Yep. And that's one of the
skill
reasons.
set's so much more in depth with Pathfinder.
Yeah, and it's one of the reasons I wanted to start out at first level. I didn't want to jump in at second or third where all of a sudden everybody's overwhelmed with a bunch of feats and a bunch of options out of the gate. Let's get used to what our characters can do basic first. Or your first time ever playing Pathfinder 2nd edition. Have fun.
Yeah, I mean, this is pretty easy. And I do kind of like how many levers one has available to them. And so choosing the fighter class and knowing that, like, at least in 5e, they get like the most, I don't know, they get a bunch of like they get like a bunch of numbers, right? Fighters in 5e get a bunch of numbers. And so I'm interested to see what my skills look like at, you get 2 and 3.
Yeah, you get some. I mean, as a fighter, you get some special abilities that other people don't get, like attack of opportunity, which everybody gets in 5th edition. And you got to get the only critical hit of the night and cut down a poor low-level criminal in the middle of the bank. But
they should be thanking me.
I'm sure Lovelace will love to thank you if she gets her hands on you. All right, Jemet, Temple of Bry, how did everything work tonight?
I'm having a good time. I'm loving continuing to learn 2nd edition Pathfinder. I'm also enjoying watching you learn and hopefully teach, but I'm still in the learning process. What I know the least of are the classes and the class abilities.
It's a
You can run the
community,
game and not know what 22 classes can do, you know?
Right.
But I'm really liking seeing some stuff we haven't seen before.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would look forward to the investigator pulling off some crazy stuff and being like, I'm gonna walk in, suss the place out, and throw my intelligence modifier at them, and oops, they all died.
Yeah,
My plan is brilliant.
I knew some of the basic crafting skills for my other character that we play in the Tomb of Abominations or Abomination Horror Vault. He has the ability to craft traps, but I don't know anything about the alchemical reagents and the special tags that get added for gunpowder and stuff.
One of my players has an alchemist, and I know that's why I asked. I was like, this sounds kind of like you're halfway to doing some stuff an alchemist can do. So that's why I was asking.
Looking the little bit that I read when we took a quick break, it actually looks like it's Alchemist Plus, like it's the Alchemist's dirty brother that makes explosives and black powder. But all right, everybody, we are signing off. We will see you in 2 weeks for more of this, as well as I think, is it this week? This week Wednesday?
No. We're looking at June 21st. So start the summer right by turning it to night and joining us as we go back in time to 1995 and play some Vampire the Masquerade 5th edition. We're going to have a grungy, bloody good time. And we look forward to it. The name of the show is Reality Bites, of course. And it's the crew from Legends of the Old Kingdoms. Instead of season 2, we're going to do this as a mini series before we get back to some 5e D&D. So we hope you'll join us for a storytelling game of personal horror.
Oh yeah, we're all learning. Thank you all for joining us. We appreciate you all. And like I said, I'll see you in 2 weeks. Jemet will see you soon with Reality Bites, DM Asmo. And thank you all again. Have a great night.
Thanks, everybody. Good night.